see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
To win today, and you know, it's not because of luck, it's going to be because of skill.
It's double the power. We're going to twin today. We're going to fusion this. You have no chance, Morgan. What you got?
Look, I understand being twins is powerful. I've been there, but the thing that's more powerful is the mother of twins. I woke up with a text from my mother saying, "This is your build diff team for the day." So let's talk through it. Jing there on the duel list. I can respect that choice. I think he's due a big game. Cushy on initiator. This one I did question. I'm not sure if he's playing, let alone if he's on initiator. So we'll see how that goes. Mako on the smokes, good. I think I probably would have gone for that texture on that Sentinel, which I come back there. He's been playing some of that chamber, and then Caron on the flex, doubling down on GENG. So big respect there.
This is not bad.
That could be a winning roster.
She watches a
Your
lot of
mother
Pacific.
picked this.
She watches a lot of Pacific.
Like, without your help.
I woke up to this text. She
Yeah.
sent me this overnight. So.
That-
And if you had said no, what would have happened to you?
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
We look good.
Look,
Kill Ninja.
honestly, looking at these pictures,
Oh my goodness.
especially with some of the public sentiment lately, I know some people would feel uncomfortable looking at these kind of things, but I think we look
Yeah.
beautiful, Victoria.
I think
personally.
so too. You know, boo to the haters. Yeah, so I think our roster is... Achilles picked Ashe as well today. I think he's believing in it. Freeing, a little bit different. I don't see any other freeing for
yeah.
anyone else. Elfish guy picking free in there, so I think this is interesting. We have no Divide picks today,
Interesting.
despite his performance just 2 days ago. Okay, I find that a bit surprising. I think it's going to come close today.
Yes.
I saw a crazy guy on that roster. Oh, yes, because Mika's partner is picking IGLs. But you know what? Miko was doing IGL picks before her partner.
That's
I'm
true.
just going to say that. And Quack too. I see you guys picking IGLs. Today's going to be the El Clasicos. We got Paper Rex facing KRX. We got RRQ and GENG. This goes way back. This is like VCT Pacific 2023 lore.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of fun that we're seeing this again today. So, of course, here's a head-to-head between these two teams.
Yeah, in our time in Pacific, we see this matchup 2-0 end. You see Paper X often coming out ahead there, 9-5. The total is there. So let's see if KRX can run it back. Maybe get a little bit of an upset today because, my goodness, are these two teams familiar with each other.
You can see in the bottom left and the top right there are still members after however many years. This matchup even kind of predating some of VCT Pacific as well.
Yeah.
In APAC, these are two of the big name rosters out of Southeast Asia and Korea respectively, and we're going to continue this matchup through Pacific and I'd imagine into next year as well.
Yep, this is match number 15. Termi just now, before we went live, he was like, yeah, we're 5 and 10. He said 10. He didn't say 9. He was like, we're 5 and 10 against Paper Rex.
He's already given up.
He's like, I'm so sick of the RX Termi. That's what he said before we went live. I was like, Termi, come on. But I think it's a fun rivalry between these two and a lot of respect to these coaches. Now, Bella had a quick chat with Panda and Devi. Let's see what they had to say.
I could feel it. I could see train.
What do you see, Devi?
I could feel that we're gonna make it to Busan and train. And I saw Tommy got infected.
Tommy got
Yep,
infected?
he's gonna be the first one.
Oh, on the train to Busan. Okay.
Yeah.
Panda, hi.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
We
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I can feel something swirling inside, you know?
We had a couple of questions. Why this haircut? What led to it? Is it the boys leading you to be stressed and you're basically a monk?
See, I feel like a lot of people assume that,
Yeah.
which is crazy because if you've seen me before I got a haircut, my hairline is insane. And I just decided to just take it off.
Yeah.
That's it. There's no deeper meaning, guys. There's no special thing. I just wanted to get rid of the receding hairline.
Do you like his haircut?
Yeah, I like it. I think I'm the first one to say like, oh, actually, I think it's gonna look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should stop pretending, just be yourself, you know.
Oh,
And
wow.
just took it off.
Oh, just
And-
took it off?
Yeah, I don't want to be,
Right,
you know,
like
I
a
don't want to grow it
diamond.
long and then like sideways.
Yeah.
No.
It looks so bad.
Yeah,
It feels free, you know.
Oh, it's freeing. Okay.
And in the summer, it's great. I have to tell you that when the wind blows, I'm like, ooh, it's actually really nice.
Yeah. Panda's hair recommendation, everyone.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
for all you fellas out there, if it's going back, just do it.
Just do it. And what will you guys be doing against your match against KRX today? True question. What do you see during the match?
Oh, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of bloodbath going on because recently they've been playing like 3 duelies. Maybe we run 4 instead today. I don't know.
5. Yeah.
4 to 5. I
4
don't
to
know.
5?
Maybe 6,
Okay.
7. No, I'm joking.
Okay, we shall see. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Let me see my own future too.
Go for it.
Panda says he's just a man with a receding hairline, but we all know there's a buff in the ball. We know this. It's been proven across regions.
I mean, I'm starting to doubt it looking at Paper Thin's predictions, but honestly, at some point, you can't argue with the PRX formula. They've been doing a fair bit of winning so far, and I think they're feeling confident having already qualified for champions.
Yeah, we saw that little hiccup against T1. It was an incredibly winnable game, but they didn't get it done. They bounced back against DFM in 2-0 fashion. Now, don't get me wrong, they made that a little bit close, but they get the job done there. This is one of the teams that is favorite for top 2 in the group, so let's see if they're able to get that done. But they do have that safety net there. They're okay to experiment just that little bit more.
Yeah, 100%. We wanted to touch on some of these overtimes that we've been seeing for Paper X lately. They did lose up against T1 in OT there, 17-15 in T1's favor, but a little bit of maybe some character development here against DFM. They were up 12-5. as they always do, giving all the PRX fans some degree of heart attack, some degree of panic, but they did actually redeem themselves and managed to close out that series 17-15 and 2-0 in their second game of this group.
Almost didn't. That was crazy to watch. It doesn't matter which fan you are, PaperX or DFM. And yet these teams have been experimenting with their comps. We see Harbor with GENG there, and of course Mix also made a showing. They showed their summit as well, so it's gonna be really interesting what comes out today. But if you guys forgot, PaperX are the pioneers of the triple duelist comp. I mean, the successful triple duelist comp.
Yeah, they were doing this way back in the day. Yoru, Raze, Jet, we saw it over in Pacific 2024 kickoff, and then even a step further in Masters Madrid. So if anyone's going to be familiar with this 3 duelist style, it is PaperX, but we heard Alex, they swap away once they lost with it. So let's see if KRX are taking heed of that.
Yeah, I also think this is a pretty stylistically different approach to triple duelist as well.
True.
I think that Yoru is the space maker in this comp, yeah, you have to say, but I think that KRX's comp is quite distinctive from this. I think something like a Neon Waylay with the Phoenix plays so different to Yoru, Raze, Jet that it's almost not even comparable to some degree.
In fact, that's what Termi was saying, or rather Alex was saying on the desk just now when we asked for his opinion on KRX's comp, triple duelist. He's like, I like it, but I would have thought you would have used a Yoru Raze. That seems like a better combination. But he's speaking for his own opinion there. Now, this team did find success for that triple duelist comp. Termi did insinuate just now they're probably not going to do it today. I hope that was a lie, because I would love to see it one more time just for us, for the thrills of it.
I mean, I saw Kan Yang next to the elevator, and he looked at me and he held up a 3. So I don't know who's lying. Someone's lying here, and we're going to get to the bottom of this, okay? But I would love to see a triple duelist mirror. I think a lot of people would, but we know, as we've said many times on this desk, that KRX, they have the ability to go back to something else. They can play double linear. They are famously a very flexible team, as we've mentioned before. Even in after wins on certain maps, they'll sometimes flex into a different comp.
Yeah, but I do think this is the big story. It worked in that first game against DFM, but then it comes out against Team Secret. They try and run the same things, and they get exposed from a macro perspective.
Yes.
I think Team Secret understood how to counter it so perfectly. They dominated that information. They fast rotated to be able to fight in the right areas, and it looked like it was an open and shut case.
And this is where we talked to Spin after that game, and he said, I felt like they didn't respect us because they didn't change up their game style at all. We were asking for either them to swap off the comp or to show some more depth. So I'm wondering whether it's going to be either of those, because as we've kind of theory crafted, when you talk about something like a Neon Phoenix, you have lurk potential. You could play a bit more skirmishing. Maybe you can have 2 people fighting on one side or selling some kind of a fake and 3 people walking up the other side. There's a lot of different ways you could try to play that comp in particular, but it felt like they were still very one-dimensional against Team Secret. So we either need to see more depth if they play this comp again, or as mentioned before, will they swap off it and just go back to something that's worked for them in the past?
It's so interesting because in the interviews, as we spoke with Termi just now, they said a problem was Secret was playing really slowly against them. It was a tempo that they weren't expecting and they didn't know how to play against, and they're better against fast tempo teams. So I'd be surprised actually if they take it out playing against a team like PaperX. Now we got to talk about skirmish. We already got a little bit of hint. Alex is playing against Glow. Now Glow has history playing one of the OG players on Vision Strikers with the OG squad way back in the day with Termi.
I don't know my history well enough to say whether they have already played against each other pre-Valorant, but they did play in the same era. They were active players in the same era, so they're very well aware and of each other in the past, and I don't think that they'd be too surprised to see each other in the server, to be honest.
Yeah, you see right there, PaperX's skirmish win rate down at a measly 20% because they'll send anybody but their 5 incredibly sharp players up to the task here. So let's see if Alex can help save that a little bit. He is behind at the moment, 1-2. We know how sharp Glow can be, but he ties it up there. Okay, Unka still got
it. Did you hear what Termi said why he won't skirmish Alex?
No, what did he say?
He thinks Alex is a better, Valorant player than him. He was like, I see Alex playing Valorant with his players, and I was like, I think you are massively overestimating Alex right now.
The thing is,
He's
though,
being nice for the counter.
I remember queuing in APAC, and somebody was running around in Radiant with the name DRX at the time, Termi. And I was like, this isn't the real Termi. And I said, are you the real Termi? And he goes, yeah, man. And I'm like, no. And then someone was telling me it was like a player from VCT CN or something like that. So I wanted to get to the bottom of that. But yeah, maybe.
He's being humble. He did say he will skirmish one person.
Yeah.
He said he would skirmish Frost. So
I mean, we all want to see that. We know.
I heard about
that's what
that,
we
and I
wanna
was disappointed that it didn't come together. But honestly, I think Glow has done them proud there. That's going to be a little bit of a veto advantage for
I'm
KRX.
telling you, Turby, you're overrating Alex. You just got to skirmish him next time. But that does give KRX the map veto advantage.
Yes.
Yep, we see Paper Rex picking that summit once again, and I think it makes so much sense. We saw them run that Sage last time, and if KRX don't change and they're running that triple duelist, they're going to feel like they can slow that game down appropriately enough to be able to deal with it. So no surprises there. KRX coming back picking Breeze.
Yeah, that's a bold one. This is not a map that PRX are too shabby on. It's a map they've played overseas. It's a map they've played against Pacific competition. Usually when they do lose that map, it can be in close fashion, so it's not like there are any slouches on it. To look at this one in particular, though, KRX will be somewhat familiar with this comp from PRX because they already had to play against a similar style from DFM. DFM was playing a Sage as well as a Viper, if I remember correctly, so at least they've got some match kind of results already to kind of digest and maybe even discuss the theory of how to play into that comp, and they've just been able to watch PRX play this comp very recently, so I'm sure KRX will have plenty of ideas here.
Yeah, we are expecting changes or developments from KRX coming into this against Paper Rex. Of course, something on the Sage was surprising.
It was
Of
great.
course, Alex said that his best Sage isn't Jing. It's not something, it's Devi. So it's curious that he keeps putting something on these roles. Here are our predictions for today. It's full sweep. The last time we did this, we were wrong.
Yep.
So I don't know how this is going to go today.
Yeah, it does normally bode well when all of us think along the same wavelength here, but the view was massively in favor of Paper Rex here as well because, you know, I think KRX got dealt with against Secret, so I think unless they are making big changes, it does look a little bit worrisome, and we all know how strong Paper Rex can be, but as you say, we've been wrong before, we will be wrong again, I am sure, so can KRX get the upset here?
We're pretty bad. I think you're the only one over. Yeah, you two are like slightly over. If this was a test in class, we would be at most like a C+. So we're been pretty bad with predictions. It's been so hard here. But give me a case for KRX. What's the win condition? Does Termi get 6 today?
I think they can be surprising here. They've shown exactly the same thing 2 games in a row. So if they do swap, they have a nice little prep advantage. That's what I would say. I think they're primed and ready to swap. We know they can do it. So my hopes for KRX would be pinned on that a little bit more.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of copium in the fact that they need to win this matchup. They have a much rougher road, as do some of the teams, to make it over the chance. PRX has already made it there. There is much more motivation for KRX to farm these chance points in the groups and maybe catch PRX being a little bit sleepy today.
Yeah, that's totally possible. They've done it before. These teams are also really familiar with each other. The coaching staff has not changed. They've known each other since the beginning of FPS time. So we will just have to wait and see. We got the RX Derby, KRX playing against Paper X on today's stage 2.
Today's matchup.
El Clasico today. We have both the longest running coaches for a single org in VCT Pacific. They are remarkable mainstays. It's our 2 original kings of Pacific. KRX facing Paper Rex today. But it's so unusual because coming into stage 2, we got KRX playing triple duelists and Paper Rex running mostly solo duelists.
Yeah, as soon as double duelists got to be cool, Paper Rex said, no, we're over that. We're going to start playing slow now. We're the hipster ones. So let's see what they bring in today. I like that they're embracing this different playstyle. So well known for being W gaming, but you can't ride on that forever. Valorant is a game about adaptation, and I think they're doing a great job of experimenting in the right places.
Yeah, I totally agree. Look, I sympathize with a lot of the people that have been watching the matches over in EMEA and Americas. They haven't been the greatest. So we brought you a new RX Derby, the most APAC build you've ever seen. Could see, as mentioned before, up to 6 duelists on a map, a lot of running it down, a lot of pure entertainment, but at the same time, KRX has already said in the interview, maybe we're going to switch it up.
Yeah.
We've seen Sage being run here by PRX, so
And
it could
Mix.
also be a little bit slower as well. I apologize for that if that's going to be the case.
It does give us a little bit of shock. You know, when you think Paper X has already done it all, they give us more surprises. And also, quick shout to KRX's cool new jerseys.
Yo, yeah, the little baseball jacket.
That's cool.
KRX, get me one of those and I'll change my prediction right now. But I think there's a reason all of us are going for Paper Rex today. I think Paper Rex are so good at winning against these difficult teams. And I think if you want to try and play Paper Rex at their own game, you want to bring the pace, nobody is more well prepared for that. So for KRX, even if they run that triple duelist, we want to see some innovation. I want to see some different looks. I want to find a way to catch these old school players on the side of Paper Rex off guard a little bit, because the onus is definitely on them to turn their season around. Like you say, Pilski, they need those champs points now more than ever.
Absolutely. I think the triple duelist has dominated a narrative to the point where you forget how veteran the coaching staff is of KRX, how flexible and adaptable they always continue to be, and it's why you always see them have great results at international tournaments, because they're fantastic at preparing for their opponents and they're very flexible.
I am very excited for today. I know the coaches are like, man, we played each other so many times. This is the 15th match they played against each other. But I always like to see them come head-to-head because they always come up with new ideas. You see the evolution of both of these teams, and I feel like they're just part of the lore that is Pacific.
Yeah, I mean, very much so. We see them go head-to-head so many times that these players will know intimately what the other people on the other side are doing.
Oh, okay.
We've got the agent select.
A little bit more chill.
Yeah, I like this change a lot for them.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God.
100%. For KRX, I'm kind of looking at that as almost looking like a bit of a T1 comp. There might be a bit of a consensus going on in the Korean community a little bit. Freeing onto the chamber. I'm not sure I've seen him opt that much in the past, but we know that he's a very capable Sentinel player, so I want to see him get active for KRX. They'll have to start out on that attacking side, so that means they really have to look at how the Sage and the Viper is being utilized by Paper X. We've talked about how strong Viper walls are on this map. They've already had to run into a DFM that was playing the Sage on the defense, so let's see how KRX deals with it.
Yeah, we got to look for something on that Sage. He did so well last time. There's no changes for Paper Rex. They're doubling down at what they did well at before, so let's see if they're prepared for this swap-up that KRX managed to do.
You know, speaking of swap-ups, these days, I never know who our caster duos are. It's sort of like KRX or Paper X. You just never know what you're gonna get. So let's see who we have for our caster duo today to take us through the first map of Summit.
Hello, it's me, Achilleos, an Elfish guy.
And me.
It's Jordan.
Yeah.
We're
Wow.
here again.
Same
Imagine
guys.
that. Victoria may be getting into the later years and she can't really keep it together as far as who's casting.
Yeah.
She'll be going the same way of Paper Thin soon enough. But I'm looking at this comp and I have this strange feeling. And I can't really wrap my mind around it, Jordan. I think it might be a reason to live. KRX, they're moving away from the triple duelist.
Don't you think something's wrong? You know, the whole conversation around today, the whole setup on the analyst desk, because you guys are going to see 5 duelists, maybe you're going to see 6 duelists in the server. Well, now you're not quite going to see that. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a bit of a letdown for everyone at home. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm sure there's people that are going to be saying, like, oh, this is boring. And KRX, they were anything to watch when they're running the triple duelist. Shut up. That was awful. I need this.
You only watched one
Let
of those
me
games.
have this.
You were so excited coming into that last week to watch those
Oh,
triple
what?
duelist comps.
And what a come down it was.
Oh, yeah.
Absolute crash out. But they're running something a lot more standard. T1-esque, I agree with the way that Pilski put that. So let's see how it's going to perform, how they're going to look as we get ready to go into Summit. Because, yeah, very rough from KRX, now playing something standard for the first time here in Stage 2 against Paper Rex, their old-time rivals. It's the El Clasico for a reason, the RX Derby. Let's get into it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think KRX obviously looked a lot better in the previous stage, in the previous group stage earlier on this year when they were playing a little bit more standard, and a bit of a regression back to the mean for them in today's composition, and maybe that will bring with it some better results for KRX. It's not been terrible, I guess. It's a 1-1 scoreline, so I think you can look at that and say they can still build this stage. Same for Paper X, obviously. KRX identifying maybe that triple duelist comp coming under criticism wasn't exactly the direction that they wanted to be going in long term, and so they have brought something, I'd say, a little bit more standard out here. KRX look to work their way towards the B side to open things up. They do have that trademark over towards A in case there was a push from Paper X, but really nothing happening here. It's Paper X set up in mid.
Completely leaning away from the B site. Nearing up by is Envy, hearing all of his entry coming through, so we'll call for the rotations to come in, but it's going to be a very fast plant for KRX. See what the post plant looks like. Flicker hovering it just here at drop. Hyunmin backing him up as well.
Slow and steady for Paper X. Still waiting for that rotation to come through from Jing and Forsaken before they really try to push the issue on this retake. Green with the headhunter. No success to start things off there, but has a second crack at it and gets the better of Forsaken.
Gets a tag on the Jing as well. More getting taken down. Meanwhile, Mako looking for the wrap around the back. A little bit more damage going to be found by Divide. Playing forward with the Sheriff in hand is just going to massacre them. 3 quick kills for him. That'll be the defuse going in. Pass over to try to get that pit online. And Paper X will have the pistol.
Yeah, solid shooting from Paper X, honestly. I think they're very comfortable on this map of Summit. We saw them playing it earlier on in the week as well. So trying to integrate it into their map pool as quickly as possible, which I think is always a really good thing to do. When you see a new map come into the pool, it can be a bit of an X factor if you are one of the best teams in the region and you have to force out bans on it. So nice to see that Paper X throwing that gauntlet down against some of the top teams here in Pacific. And I think it's fair to say that KRX, maybe not this season, but typically has been considered up there.
Divide going to be going for the Marshal, though. Maybe we just stick with the Sheriff. It's regularly proven to be one of, if not the best Sheriff players in the world. As something. Whoa!
Spike down. B.
Well, he wants the moniker for the Bandit. He might just have it. That was a very quick and crispy shot.
Wall raised.
Nice wall as well. Just going to really keep KRX at bay.
And a little bit of an angle to try to see over it there. There's a segment going to be broken, but this is very much them having to make their exit. Divide will be able to find freeing. Mako setting up a smoke, about to be able to find one, so Jing going to be taken out of the equation. Bulldog not really recoverable though, and Forsaken holding close. It is just a Guardian though. If they mass swing this angle, there's the gun collected. Right back onto the floor. Gets the drag across the fine flicker. What a shot from him. Mako will be good for another before finally being taken down.
Guardian retrieved by Divide. So not much of a loss really for Paper X in there.
They lost the Bulldog. I don't think they grabbed it.
That one, yes, I think they didn't grab that on the way through.
Yes. Could have juggled the guns over here perhaps, but either way, I think it's just going to be that Marshal Guardian carried over. They still have a good amount of firepower though, of course.
Yeah, I mean, can still definitely get it done. Seen Paper X a little bit more proactive in that previous round, and you see some pings coming out from them as well on the A side of the map. So going to see some of that proactivity again here from Paper X. They know that they're sort of down in terms of the firepower and weaponry in this round, so they want to harass KRX on their way through the map. Hasn't worked out there for something. Does have to burn his healing orb.
Fine for now. Mako, a lot of pressure pushed over in his direction. Tucks back over towards the spawn. The face forward will have Jing dead again. It's looking for Forsaken, but that Guardian again going to be able to be rewarded with a kill.
Good attempt.
Something on the repeak. We'll be able to find Flicker, so already looking good for a bonus conversion. Up a player.
Potentially, Davai is in the back of the side at the moment, waiting to receive any kind of swing from KRX. Something on the crossfire.
Set up the molly. Prowler will be able to scout one, but Vibe just continues to scale forward. He finds himself another 2 kills, and Paper Rex, they start this off 3-0.
Yeah, that's very tentative from KRX, isn't it? You know, like, you look at how they played in the previous weeks and when they had that triple duelist composition, and a lot of the time they are just sort of calling out a spawn and dumping their way into a site. And in this instance, they might have been a little bit advantageous for them to kind of go a little quicker into this B site, but by the time they allow something Antified to set themselves up, this crossfire is pretty much impossible to break. Forsaken gets a kill in there as well. Just looking a little bit too easy for Paper X at the moment. They are really not being tested by KRX here.
Yeah, no, not really. I mean, you can see 3 players right now on the side of KRX. Killless. Well, let's see how things do fare for them as we go into this thrifty attempt. We'll listen into KRX's comms.
준비됐어요. 나 포박 간다. 하나, 둘, 셋.
Bring them down.
나왔어. 평판 가릴게요. 얘들아, 레이즈 오멘. 왼쪽. 바로 왼쪽. 81. 하나 더. 까비. 나 땀 쓸게.
진짜.
이거 방금 레이즈 페이드 오멘 덮치겼다.
Not too much to say there. Nope. KRX, they just get a bit battered. 4-0 the lead. Paper X converting on the anti-eco comfortably. This, however, is again another chance at KRX to get those guns in hand. Where you see the op already for freeing. A little bit of a change up. See if they maybe play a little bit slower in this round and try to work some picks in through mid. There's been quite a bit of aggression from Paper X out of A in towards mid. Saw something at the wall over in mid in that previous gun round. So I think we'll look to see if maybe freeing gets a little bit more room to work here. There is again some presence being shown from Paper X in middle, but no setup for KRX in that direction. More interested in taking B main control.
Cover going out. Big gather up in the mid. Paper X are ready for a fight here. Solo clear of the haunt, not wanting to give over just how many numbers they have positioned. Meanwhile, it's a very slow exploration again from KRX.
This is the complete antithesis of what we expected out of this game, right? KRX, we thought they were going to go fast. And we're getting that slow sort of progression from them instead.
And they're starting to teeter in towards mid. Oh, this is going to be a bloodbath. Rally cleared, flash goes. Jing going to be taken down, but Forsaken from on high. Still going to be good for 1, and Envy good for 2 more. Dust settling, and again, it's going to be Paper X coming out on top.
It's really tough to win that duel when you've
gun barrel's been
got
spotted.
so many players of KRX there. Sorry, Paper X.
I mean, he knows exactly what weapon he's up against, and yep, here you go. Walking right into the trap. Freeing's dead. The operator finally online. Now lost as it's just Bane.
30 seconds left.
To try widely just to hold on to this weapon.
Yeah, Bane was someone that was trying to be the hero for KRX in their last game. And again, kind of tasked with a pretty impossible clutch here in a 1v3. He's got 15 seconds. He doesn't even get to the site.
No, he does not.
You.
Too many angles to try to clear out.
Left.
He's going to maybe just try to get the plant money now. Knows that the Forsaken is in position. Paranoia across, gets tagged up. Forsaken wants the kill. But he's actually, okay, showing some level of restraint. Something, however, quickly coming through on the flank will be noted by the footsteps, so Bane can hold on to the weapon. Keeps himself alive, but it's going to be a 5-0 start. And I'm seeing the timer continue to tick.
I mean, this is where I have to get into the question of, like, you know, you seemed so excited to watch the Triple Duelist last week. And then you got to see the Triple Duelist, and then you were disappointed. And then we come into this week, and you're so excited to not see the Triple Duelist. Now, based on what we're seeing, would you rather go back to the Triple Duelist?
It's a weird conundrum.
It's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, a bit of a catch-22 because somehow, overall, they kind of look worse.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. This is worse.
I mean, because it feels like with the Triple Duelist, there's just so much pressure that you're bound to at least have gotten around by this point. Maybe not the case, you know, that could easily be disproven.
At least it's fun.
The thing is, it's just that it feels like removing that one component is completely new to the team. They're not going for pace at all. Like that mid attempt was the fastest that we've seen them play so far.
You do have to wonder though. I mean, if they've spent the last, I don't know how long, scrimming and practicing and preparing with that Triple Duelist composition, they play it for the first sort of 2 games that they have in this stage. What then does that mean for any other composition? Like how familiar are, how comfortable are they where they are playing at the moment?
Well, for one, because we didn't touch on it, I don't think the Desk did either. This is the first time Freeing's ever played Chambers.
Right.
He's never done that, so granted, you know, he's played plenty of Sensi, but is a little bit of a different flavor.
Well, it hasn't really worked out for him so far. Either way, we're going to see a little bit of investment from KRX in this round. Couple of stingers do come through. Bane with the rifle saved.
Okay, you've got to run it back. Surely that's not being committed here. Oh, it's got to be a blaze wall, and then again, just a backpedal away. It feels like every time KRX set up util to be able to have an entry, they just don't go for the entry. We saw the same thing. Sees Molly over towards drop at B, but then they get slowed up at mains. A smoke gets cycled in from Forsaken, and then they're just completely stuck.
I'd be very intrigued to see what a 5v5 site hit actually looks like for KRX, and I don't think we've really had one of those so far. And again, this round had a bit of a deficit in terms of the weaponry that they're bringing to the table, but at least they've got 5 players online.
On sees nothing. Snakebite can be waited out. Quick little check there off the Omen ult for Forsaken. And C sent out. Now you've got all players in position to try to stop this. Devi immediately having the shutdown of Hyunmin's ult, turns to the side, finds Flicker, but okay. 2 clean shots from Fring. Tour de Force is going to be committed into this one now.
30 seconds
Get
left.
themselves into a player advantage, but Jing can find one. He would get the showstopper, and he's going to rip it. Oh, sends it, kills it, Breen gone.
And bounces back up to relative safety.
But
Marco's
Marco
going to
heard that.
Enemy remaining.
But something wins it.
Yeah, trades in. I mean, again, PaperX, their fundamentals are just too good. They play off of each other too well. That was, in a sense, a 6v5. They invested the run it back, KRX, and for a moment it looked good. They had the numbers advantage, but Jing with that 2K, it allows enough time for something to get in position just to trade him down. Unfortunate, again, for KRX, but they are bashing their heads against a brick wall at the moment. PaperX came to play today. It's too easy for something in the end there.
Well, it's again, rough start as Pit now going to be blooming out into B main.
Yep.
And this just completely denies Freeing being able to find any kind of value on that side of the map. So we'll just take the rendezvous and look to go elsewhere.
Once again, you've got a boost on the wall here from PaperX, something that KRX have seen before, but not in this part of the map. Not sure that it will necessarily come into play, but it's just something that KRX have to be so concerned about at the moment. You can see how tentative they are to move through the map. That trademark has been in the same position every single round. They're expecting aggression out of PaperX on the A side of the map, and they're not really getting it. There was only one round really where PaperX looked to explore too aggressively.
Teleport's ready.
Otherwise, it has been reasonably standard holds.
Seeing each other though. Something gets to just slide away. Jing facing forward, will lose his head. Gunman, I believe, first kill of the game. Gets himself online. The Phoenix continuing to be a bit of a pain point for him. Meanwhile, Envy just looking to lock them on this connector position.
Devi's on the push. Hunting for some info outside of B and hasn't spotted anything. That's why you see these players still pretty dedicated towards the A side. Something starting to come across now.
But look at the backstab that Devi could have. After that kill, just quick TP over to drop. Check up over the top, nothing going to be seen. And okay, 2-player advantage here for KRX. Should absolutely be getting this round over the finish line.
Spike
If they
planted.
can't, I think that's just going to be the nail in the coffin already. Nice and early.
Yeah, you'd say so. But PaperX are going to give themselves a chance here. They've got a lot of cash in the back pocket, 8.5k for something. So he can go fishing and see if he can find 1 or 2 picks here that can maybe give an incentive to PaperX to look for a retake.
Envy at connector going to be dead. It's far too favored with that operator, so kill goes through. And it looks like widely PaperX conceding the round and looking to just try to maybe get some exits here. Something will be good for one. Mako at drop. Should be able to go for the peak. And okay, yeah, we'll be able to align that kill. First death for something. First round for KRX. In with a shout now as they get ready to carry over this operator as well.
It's going to be an uphill battle though. PaperX, like I said, have got a lot of cash in the bank. They've got a 6-1 lead. Feeling comfortable and confident as well. So it is going to take a number of rounds here before KRX really feel like they're in any real control of this first half. This round sort of just a bit of a 1-by-1. The Ants go marching for PaperX and they do fall slowly but surely. KRX exploiting the openings that are given to them.
Timeout.
Get a timeout as well, I assume from PaperX.
Okay.
No mercy, I suppose. You lose one round. Time to fix it.
Commander Alex demanding perfection in his server.
That's reasonable, given the kind of team that Paper X is. I mean, not to say that they necessarily play perfectly. They do play quite unorthodox sometimes, but the level at which they can hit, you know, you're wanting to sort of win every game you can. It's been a bit of an upside down kind of season so far from them. Even the win against DFM, they really got pushed in that second map. Obviously, they lost the series to T1, so it's not exactly necessarily going to plan perfectly for Paper X. I think they still have some powering up to do before we get to playoffs and finals and whatnot, which is where we'd obviously expect to be seeing them do their best work.
A quick glimpse of Hyunmin's family, who are here to show their support. At the moment, it's still been a bit of a struggle, but got its first, so maybe that's just, you know, breaking the seal. Can now start to build up some momentum on that Phoenix. Peek in though, and something dialed in on the angle. Pretty much going to be favored on that fight 10 times out of 10. Let's see if the rest of the team can now compensate as something looking for a little bit more. The swing out, flicker dead. Hyunmin trying to go for the flash in, but slowed completely in position.
Yeah, really, really good util coverage from Paper X. Slow orb into the Prowler. There's no trading that at all. And Paper X improve upon their advantage. It's just no map control for KRX here either. They're going to have to start to clear out middle with a minute left on the clock. So they've lost all control over towards A, all control in middle. Starting to regain that now, but it is going to take them quite a bit of time to figure out where they want to be going. And again, you know, the elephant in the room is that they're playing out a 3-on-5, maybe even a 3-on-6 if something has anything to say about it with that res.
Oh, Mako continuing to deliver. 10, 6, and 1, but it's going to be the res out.
Yep, so 3-on-6 indeed.
Oh, on the repeat, is able to avoid the op shot.
30 seconds left.
Well, now has it confirmed. It should read that he is flipped across to the opposite side. Meanwhile, A site relatively empty, but not too far off for 3 players. And there's Forsaken already finding one, looking for the second. Bane will be able to stabilize that spray. Looks for Jing, gets it. He's in with a shout to try to get the plant, but a lot of pressure going to be on the shoulders of Mako, trying to keep protected, but something able to claim him. He's interrupted the plant, now just has to try to play for the kills, which he won't be able to find. It's going to be a 4K for something, and a 7-1 scoreline as Paper X. They are right back on the horse.
I don't know how he makes it look so easy. What a great round from something. It's almost lackadaisical from him, really, but it's a 4K, and yeah, you think maybe there's a little bit of overzealousness as he sort of swings back into that B side after 2 of his teammates go down, but he wins his 2 duels, and that's the round done and dusted. Right here, if he loses this duel, wonder maybe if that round can come back for KRX, but it just seems like Paper X are a little bit too switched on at the moment. Calling seems to be good too.
This was the guy that ended the era of KRX, basically having the upper hand of the RX Derbies. Joins in, you think back to that Grand Final 2023, first big matchup of the partnership era. And it was a reverse sweep from Paper X to finally take down DRX. A little bit of history for everybody, as Hyunmin just going to be ground into a fine paste on entry. Meanwhile, TP into the back, Mako dead. As, yep, this is just going to be a round where there was very few ideas.
Yeah, I mean, Paper X are just doing it way too easy at the moment. I feel like a broken record, but really, what is there to break down about these rounds? Paper X, they make a good rotate, they get the good early read, they know the KRX is coming, and then you've got sort of 4 or 5 almost players on that site. Everybody's kind of hitting their shots as well. Paper X on an individual level are far and away above KRX. I mean, you've got Hyunmin 1 and 8 and Flicker 1 and 8 as well. That's your 2 duelists. Those are the guys that are supposed to be finding the entries, providing the space. And you can tell there's just not a whole lot. They are being choked out by Paper X in every part of the map. They can't get mid control easily. They cannot take the A site. They don't seem to have too much success over towards B.
30 seconds left.
Although that is where they did manage to get their 1 round. But 1 out of 9 now is really not getting all that fantastic.
This is going to be a terrible timing. Okay, never mind.
4 Forsaken.
4 Forsaken. Call an ambulance. Not for me. He is still being pinched, though. They know that they haven't boxed in. Jing. Oh, yep.
See, again, you know, he's on the line, but Jing's just shot him in the head a little bit faster, and sometimes there's nothing really you can do about that. That kind of feels like the way that Paper X have gone about this game so far. Been very, very sharp. That's some nice util coverage, it does have to be said, coming through there. The paranoia was a good one. Disrupting the entry. But just nothing really on offer here for KRX. And PaperX having fun. That's when they're the most dangerous too.
Yeah. It's nothing quite like just getting your ass beat by a dude who's just laughing and cackling. All the more terrifying. As just can't really catch a break here. Can't catch a break here. Can't catch a break here.
No, that's unplayable for Gunman.
Can't
Nowhere to
catch a
go.
break here.
I think something's broken Achilles. It's like a broken record.
The way of the future. The way of the future.
Is there a future here for KRX?
Nope!
That was quick.
Prepare yourself.
Not on this map.
We fight
No.
once again.
This is looking easy breezy right now. And there was the question of, why KRX picked Breeze here into PaperX. That seems like we're going to be seeing the answer to that pretty soon. It's been an uninspiring day today from KRX.
It feels like I'm watching like a free player play against somebody who's been doing pay to win.
Yeah.
Like PaperX have util and guns that KRX just haven't unlocked because they haven't spent money on the game.
Unfortunately, that's not the case. As we can see in this round, KRX have what they need to try to win it. Run it back is there. Bane,
Face your
the ulti through as well.
And okay, Flicker able to find one. Maybe a bit too aggressive from Forsaken, but
Fast rotated mid.
this hasn't mattered too much. As it shows up from GENG, right there at Hyunmin's feet, will be able to find that kill. Something up and over the top. I think Mako before that door shuts, and he even is able to find Flicker up close and personal.
1v2.
It's all on Bane. He's got the spike, so can make the sprint to A.
Run, Bane, run. KRX needs something. Bane was the guy to deliver it in the previous matches for them. Had a couple of nice clutches, and he has been looking pretty sharp this season in comparison to the rest of the KRX players, which, to be fair, hasn't been saying too much.
Corner plan to Haunt.
Spike
Trying to
planted.
play this out. Gets away from the slow orb, swings out a little bit wider, wall of and over the top, and something. I mean, he basically never stopped moving.
Yeah, he's just a W key man at the moment, and you can see why. He's hitting shots so cleanly, playing so confidently. Even if he dies, he knows Devi is kind of the guy that can get it done in the clutch as well.
His score right now is better than PaperX's round score. He's 12-1.
To be fair,
For a long while, he hadn't died at all.
To be fair, PaperX might get there as well, the way things are going. Even when it looks good for KRX, this round, it started pretty well. They got the opening pick, they started to get their way into the side, but the rotations have been way too clean from PaperX, and they've always had sort of that next player there that KRX are not expecting, and it's a byproduct again of this being a very new map. Maybe you're not super well drilled on the timings and the angles that you need to be aware of, onset timings for KRX, but a lot of times you're seeing players on these entries kind of getting caught in the side, caught in the back, and not really having a great sense of where PaperX are putting their pieces.
Change up. Oh, no.
Here we go again.
Oh, dear God. How patient can he play it? Well, there's the 1-2. Looking for that third. Can't manage to make it happen, but I think you've done your job, something.
Yeah, 14-2, just improving upon that scoreline time and time again. And KRX have nothing that they can really use to dig their way back out of this poor situation. Devi's already pushed out of B, so PaperX know they don't need to do anything on that side of the map. Gonna crunch into mid instead. Got the wall up over on A. Now a smoke.
Even Mako. Can't manage to find much of anything there. It's the last round of the half. You got to do something. But it looks like the only thing they're capable of doing right now is dying. As Bane will see if he can find anything else. Cleans up one. Chance to try to isolate this down a little bit more, but Devi will just bring this one to an end. It's right there alongside something, 13-2 in his own right. So these two have been absolutely bodying KRX the whole way throughout.
Yeah, this is on track to be the fastest game of the split so far. Fastest map, I should say. We had a 13-3, I think, on day one.
I don't know what's been going on, and it feels like, I mean, it's not just in Pacific. It's been happening a lot across a lot of the other regions. It's just people not checking corners.
On Summit
Drones
specifically,
going out.
or-
No, just kind of period, just blanket.
Halftime.
Drones being used, not checking corners, not checking common angles.
Early season things, maybe. People need to get whipped into shape a little bit again after the off season.
I mean, you could call it an early season thing, but it's pretty late in the game.
Yeah.
At this point.
I mean, I know what you're saying. I'm
Stage
just
2 of the year 6 of the game.
I'm trying to be the devil's advocate. I'm trying to find the silver lining. I don't know. Trying to make excuses, I guess. But that is kind of like finding a needle in the haystack at the moment. And for Paper X,
don't. Okay.
I am feeling something.
I thought that there was a second sign behind that one that was going to get flipped over too. That one we can allow. Something by GOAT.
Who's the real RX? Well,
they want to see Bane in Busan. Also came from Busan, but I don't know.
yeah, it doesn't really seem like it's KRX's season. I think, you know, we obviously have had some valid criticisms heard about the triple duelist composition that KRX were running earlier on in this split, but now it becomes a question of, like, was it even a triple duelist problem, or is it just a KRX problem?
Oh, well, I'm being told that previous sign said we met 2 years ago. It was a couple. They said they met 2 years ago in a KRX match, and now they're getting married next month.
That's awesome.
Hopefully the marriage goes better than this game.
Maybe it should have been a Paper X match.
That's heinous from me.
Well, let's see if KRX can at least take this pistol round, give us something to watch on Summit. Otherwise, this is going to be a very quick day at the office for Paper X. Hyunmin needs to defend.
Jump to the corner. Hyunmin is going to be run down.
Oh.
Bane now falling to the wayside as well as Spring just trying to find anything, but he runs out of headhunter bullets, and that is just going to be KRX running out of hope.
Player standing.
And there's not much to say. KRX are getting completely outclassed in every department here for Paper X. They are looking way too well drilled on Summit, and KRX are looking a little sleepy in the server today. Marco, again, maybe find himself a kill or any kind of silver lining to take away from this pistol round, but he is definitely not winning this.
Yeah. It's playing each other in. Playing KRX like a fiddle. That's going to be map point locked up.
I do not envy the analysts, because I don't even reckon they had time to get back down to the green room before they've had to come back up to the desk. And what do you even say about this game? What is there to analyze about this game?
GG go next. KRX need an amount of time that might not exist to get ready further on this map.
They need a time machine. Go back 6 months to the start of this year in stage 1, where they were actually going flawless through the group stage. Feels a long time ago. KRX going to try a push down mid. Paper X ready for it. Got the Prowlers through there already. From Envy, they have the information, and so KRX are pushed back away, and that's how easy it is for Paper X to take that mid control.
Bring them down.
I mean, even for a force, this doesn't feel super great. Cover going out. Clear the haunt, trademark to try to slow down the approach. Sees does get used pretty early on. Bane gonna have to be rerouted down to the open. He's dead.
It just goes from bad to worse.
Oh, it's like nade damage. Maybe took a little bit of spam and then just drifts across the snake by Paper X. I mean, they're just playing that to perfection.
Oh, it's unplayable. It's literally unplayable for KRX. It's over. And what is there to say? 13-1. 13 an unlucky number, certainly for KRX today, as Paper X have just stormed their way through Summit. Frankly speaking, that could have been a postcard.
Well, Morse code, something even faster and more basic.
Yeah.
Just unbelievable. Not much more to be said, and I imagine that the analyst desk is going to be feeling very much the same way. I mean, I don't envy Hilski and Big Time having to try to come up with talking points that aren't just, well, they got the crap kicked out of them. So I don't know. I think that for KRX, this has to just be like, okay, look, we had to ban Sunset. We're not prepped for that one at all. We know PaperX is very good at Sunset. We'll try to coin flip a summon, but the main focus is going to be the Breeze.
Well, I wonder what we're going to get to see on Breeze now, because again, this sort of begs the question, did they look better on the triple duelist than what they did here with something a little bit more standard? I would almost argue that they did. However, they didn't have to play the triple duelist yet against PaperX, so maybe they would have gotten as dismantled here, regardless of composition. We'll have to wait and see what they do up to choose here, but it seems like a pretty grim conversation that has to happen behind the scenes right now for KRX. I can't imagine things are feeling too good in the back room for them.
No, I mean, in a week that's been filled globally with 13 zeros, the best thing you can say is that KRX avoided joining that club.
I suppose.
They didn't, go in alongside, was it Eternal Fire and Crew? So they managed to find the one, but that is it. A round 7 victory and nothing more. So, pretty brutal. Breeze is going to have to be a big breath of fresh air for us if we want to have any hope whatsoever, even with the reversion back over to a double duelist. But for now, let's go ahead and see just what the analyst desk can talk about from this first map.
So, lunch was great today.
Look,
Interview
honestly,
was great. Interview.
The interview might have been longer than the match, to be honest.
I think that's exactly what happened. Would you guys have preferred to see the triple duelist at this point? Do you, like the casters are saying, do you think this was better than the triple duelist comp?
I think in theory this could be better. I think KRX are absolutely lost at sea, to be honest. I think it doesn't matter what they play at the moment. If that's the performance they're going to put up in the server, you might as well just all hover Neon and random at this point, because it doesn't look good. It's hard when it's a 13-1. PaperX, of course, are an incredible team. They're already in champs for a reason. Yes, they're very good, but KRX are always a team that historically could challenge them. They've beaten them 5 times in the past. That's no small feat, but it looks like an impossibility today after this map 1.
Alex looked really relaxed.
Yeah.
It was the first time in a while.
This is a spa day for him.
This is a low cortisol PRX game, 100%.
Okay, this is just map 1. We know how it goes when PaperX...
here comes the copium, okay. It's all right, we all predicted for PaperX, Victoria. You don't have to do this.
I don't know, we've been heartbroken often, where it looks great the first map and then the second map is like, what happened? But we're still on the first map. Mako did what he could. Mako, who has been through so much.
He tried.
He wants a trophy.
Mako's the old school one. He's fought against PaperX so many times. He knows what to expect a little bit more. I mean, he's in a more young, sort of Zoomer-ish squad these days. This isn't the KRX of old. So they struggled here. I mean, it's really hard to be nice to KRX right now because nothing is working. Genuinely, that's a beatdown from PaperX.
Yeah.
I'm actually a little disappointed or sad for Hyunmin. This guy... We had people calling him Yum Yum all of last year, and I haven't seen anything very yummy come out this year.
No, the Phoenix has not necessarily been it, which is weird because I feel like when they initially, before it became mainstream and popular, and everyone was playing it, KRX was one of the teams that did start picking that up a little bit earlier on into that being a very popular comp. And honestly, back then, it was a surprise that we were seeing Free playing Neon, and Hyunmin was playing a lot better on the Phoenix, but lately, something has not been clicking. They are not playing well.
Definitely not. Quick shout out to the PaperX watch party happening in Malaysia. I know you guys were really stressed out the last 2 matches, so today must be a lot better right now. So shout out to you guys in Malaysia. You have 2 Malaysian players now, actually. It's not just Divide, but Divide is definitely one of the star players.
I mean, I feel a little bit bad for them. I kind of hope they were going to get more for their money.
Yeah, they're
it's
like,
going to be a quick evening for you folks over that watch party.
Zad's playing next? Most likely.
That's true,
Xanax.
We don't
know. Who knows what RRQ is going to do with their roster?
Maybe, but I know you guys want your free drink, so let's hope the games are a little bit longer. Opening kills by PaperX were phenomenal.
I think the biggest thing is in the past, so far in this split, we've criticized them because, yes, they were getting a lot of opening kills, but they were never converting. It looked like a real uphill struggle every time they had an advantage, and I will say this is something they did much, much better in this map. Every time they found that clean pick, they got it across the line. This is something Alex said that they were looking to work on to develop heading forward into champs. So this was a much better showing. Very, very clean for Paper Rex, who historically get a little messy.
But I also thought it was down to the game plan against what KRX were running. When you're playing against a Chamber comp, we saw Freeing on the Chamber in particular. This was his first game of Chamber, by the way. His Chamber debut. Maybe not one to remember, unfortunately. However, I mean, the rest of KRX outside of Marco were right there with him. But playing against the Chamber, that is something you want to do. What you saw from Paper Rex in a lot of those highlights, they were buying op, even though they don't necessarily... I mean, usually you see a raise op on that comp, but we know that Paper X doesn't necessarily care if the character has an escape mechanic, as long as something is wielding an operator. That's good enough for them. So we saw it on the Sage. They were playing anti-contact a lot. They were holding lines. They were doing a lot of high-lows, or even like 3 players sitting in mid just holding the same line, and that's a perfect way to play against a Chamber comp as far as I'm concerned, because that's what the Chamber wants to do. He wants to walk onto lines, try to get a kill, and rendezvous out.
Do you think we're going to see that happen again on Breeze now?
I mean, okay, a little bit of copium.
It's only up from here.
This is their map pick, and it's hard to do worse than you just did. So hopefully they put a little bit of time into Breeze this week.
There's room for one round to be worse.
Yeah,
there is a little bit of room.
You can get 1 degree worse than this. But ultimately, this is their pick. I'd like to hope that this is where the majority of their time will have been spent in the week for practice. So I want to see something cleaner and with more fleshed out ideas. But the problem is, like we said before, Breeze is a map that PRX also love. Look at this, they played it 17 times.
That's a couple of games there. They know Breeze. They played a few games at Breeze. They played a few games of Breeze at Masters. They played a few games at Breeze at Pacific. Yeah, they know this map.
It's hard for me to be super excited for KRX.
Can I cope? Like, okay, KRX have tape on Paper X. Blah 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 blah. Is there any hope there?
They had tape on Summit. Yeah, they got the 1 round.
Less tape on Summit. There's so much tape on Breeze. We kind of seen the evolution.
They need a lot of tape. There's a lot of holes in their game right now. There's a lot of. We need to flex seal that right now. Slap that on. This ship is sinking.
Yep. I'm wondering though, with Paper X, we have seen a couple iterations, a couple Asian comps on Breeze now. Are there any that you guys particularly enjoy?
I mean, I think if it's Paper Rex, I think GENG on the Omen actually normally does a lot of good work. It allows him to be aggressive while also having a lot more util to play around. I like Omen in general on the map, and I think GENG plays that agent really nicely. So I'd like to see them stick with that. I think if you're Paper Rex right now, you don't have to be too innovative, especially after that map 1. You've already shown that you can diff them individually in the server today. So I think for Paper X, keep it simple. You can play double duelist. You can bring that Yoru out if you do so choose. But I don't know. For me, honestly, they could pick anything at this point. It would be so fine. Unless KRX really wake up, this is going to be a stomp. I mean, we can say this because KRX have been so good in the past. Over in Champs Paris, they got top 4. This is not a roster that is bad, but they're getting manhandled here. I want to see them turn it around. It's so frustrating.
Deep breaths.
Toby, get back on this desk, buddy. Strong words.
Swooza, stroke the earlobes. No reference? Okay, forget it. Forget it. Bad boys. Will Smith and...
I don't think I was born.
You might have not been born. I'm sorry. It's true. I feel old. Anyway, I feel like we've been seeing KRX and Paper X just go like this for a really long time, but this is the lowest I've seen KRX against Paper X in a little bit. I hope Breeze is a little bit better. I'm kind of curious what these 2 teams will be pulling out in terms of agent comps, because they're always surprising us, and they continue to surprise us. Forsaken on the Phoenix. I mean, what is sticking out to you guys?
I want to talk on KRX because they're the team that we need to see something different from. Honestly, stylistically, not a huge difference to the last map. The double controller is the main point of interest, but Marco will be the Viper, very serviceable that he's going to be playing that. Green continues to be that player that's starting to expand his agent pool a little bit. He's been the Teo guy, the Neon guy, but now he's playing a little bit of everything and being flexible for KRX.
Paper X, the comp in itself isn't crazy, but something back on the Neon. Remember when he played Neon in the past? Alex has gone back to it. That's interesting. Forsaken.
I think they're trying to give KRX a chance here. I've seen a few interesting games with something on Neon.
We got GENG back on Harbor. I don't know if I love it. We got
The-
Phoenix
the
with
Java.
Forsaken, which it's been a long time. I know this team, when Phoenix is in, they like to flash themselves. So you're right, this might be just like a self-nerf, or maybe they really got something serious that they want to try out. Alex for sure is pushing this team. Whatever it is, he wants to make them even more flexible than they used to be.
He's pushing my mental. That's what he's doing.
Pushing my mental. Yeah, I mean, honestly, we know that they can experiment. They've got the chance points to play with, so.
All right, well, Gasters, Elfish Guy, and Achilles, how do you feel about experiments?
I don't know. This is going to be interesting, hopefully. I think anything compared to the first map should be an improvement, but I do feel like there is a good amount of potential trolling that PaperX could do here.
Yeah, I would say be very, very careful what you wish for. We go back to last stage when something was on that Neon, and those were some of the worst games that he had played of the stage. He went back onto the Jet and immediately looked like one of the best players in the server. So be interesting to see how this obviously plays out for PaperX. I mean, the form they're in today, you'd probably still back them. I wonder if we'll see a little bit of trolling here from PaperX. KRX, of course, again, no triple duelist, so maybe that's a conversation that does now need to die going forward.
I think it's another first for freeing. I'll double check it, but I'm pretty sure he's not played Omen.
If there's anything like the chamber from the last game, it's going to be a tough one.
So yeah, this will indeed be a first. See how it does Ferris. Here comes the exec. Tuck in behind back pillar. Flicker looking for the shot. Will take an immense amount of damage. Bane will be able to find first blood. Flicker cleans up Forsaken. Slide to the back. He's actually able to find something as well. Divine now dead. And okay, KRX have got as many rounds as they did on the first map to start things off. The pistol is theirs.
That's crazy, isn't it? KRX, they remembered how to shoot again in the pistol. Sharp stuff from Flicker and Bane, and again, we'll have to keep kind of giving a bit of credit to Bane. He has been a highlight for this season for KRX. And obviously helps with the information. No success at all for PaperX. The individual duels going every which way.
It's the over-under that this just ends up being a 13-1 in the opposite direction.
I think, you know what, I really wouldn't be surprised with the way things have been going this week. It's been a lot of shenanigans. PaperX look like they're going to run it back, try again towards the B site.
Careful here.
Well, space is given over, so Plant can come in. And this could end up being very deadly.
Yeah, a few upgraded pistols, you never know. Devi with the Sheriff in hand is usually pretty good for one. There's not much to lay util though. Forsaken has the hot hands in this. Pretty much nothing else.
Noise being made out in the mid. Devi hearing the rotations here at Tunnel as well. As, ooh, quick peek in. Bane tagged to 59. Molly up and over the top. And yep, there you go. The firing squad starting to open up. Meanwhile, Devi still on this approach. Clean tap. Oh, he's going to be good for it! As he gets the third! The up and over and Flicker will just end up falling. It's a Thrifty!
Oh, that is just so illegal. Devi getting away with the 3K again. I mean, anytime you see him with the Sheriff in hand, like I said, he's usually good for one, but in this case, he was good for three. The first two were so clean as well. Really nice patience from him, choosing the perfect time to peek. Lines up that first shot. The second one is pure instinct. Nothing really too wrong done by Marco, but freeing maybe a little bit too little too late in the end, and need to be winning that duel. Cheeky grin from Devi. He knows what he's done. And that is drive a dagger through the heart of KRX at the moment. It seems like that might be a killing blow.
Well, a dagger, I think it was a claymore.
Take your pick, really.
I mean, this has just been like a Sherman tank versus someone with a pistol.
Back to square one.
And it's not going to end the way that Saving Private Ryan did. I don't think that tank's going to get blown up.
B-side taken easily here for PaperX, although Spike's still on its way in, so we'll see if Marco can do anything with this classic. I mean, probably not. So, pretty routine thus far from PaperX in their own anti-eco.
There.
Wary about the angle from window. Slide in. Okay, hero of the previous round will get taken down, but Envy still here, still fighting. Good for a second.
Yep. It's a good setup for Paper X, yeah. You're going to get one player. Good flash onto device position, but
Enemy remaining.
they've got the coverage there. The ability to trade. Nice round out here from Envy. Helped out by Forsaken to finish things off there. That is a very nice execution from Paper X. KRX will get the guns back in hand this round. Hyunmin 1 away from the run it back. There are going to be some tools here to work with, but that has to just be such a crushing blow mentally for them that I really find it is going to be difficult to recover from. As soon as you pick that pistol up, you think, okay, guys, great, we're back in it. Let's just reset, you know, and see what we can do on this map, and then immediately it's almost worse than having lost the pistol, because at least you didn't have the false hope.
Get ready to have a listen in. Paper X looking to maintain and stretch this lead up at 3-1, but if I'm going to be taken down, let's see how the rest of the team is going to be dealing with that now in a 4v5.
I flash backside, okay?
Go.
Yeah.
Take CT, guys.
1-1.
From the right, please.
Nice shot.
Can we take this whole space?
They have Phoenix ulti. They're taking fast. Don't need to plan
I
yet.
don't know where, But on.
Okay, be inside.
Did.
Come on, you're out, backside.
Yeah, watch out.
3, all bingo.
3. 80 on both.
Last player standing.
A bit of an exchange there, but Forsaken now, last one. Trying to hold the line, defend this planted spike. No further util to work with, though. And it's not quite planted for him either. I think this should be KRX tying things up unless he can get onto the angle, take down that diffuser, but it's just going to be stuck. So KRX will be able to find it.
Yeah, that's weird. That kind of looked like a bit of a done thing for Paper X. You saw Forsaken go around the corner there with the run it back and not really get a whole lot done. It was a nice triple swing from KRX to dislodge him and force him back away. Seems like it should be a bit of a freebie once they hit the entries. The retake patient was, I guess, the name of the game. The high-low not working out for Paper X. Envy and Forsaken maybe just missing a few too many shots, and by that point, the scale was in. Like you said, the plant wasn't exactly in the ideal position for the clutch to come through, so maybe a little bit of a mishap for Paper X, and sight for sore eyes for KRX.
Curveball through, something is absolutely screwed in mid.
That said, Paper X are going to accelerate towards B on the back of that information.
Well, they have to. They know that they spotted out those two players in mid, so they'll be able to quickly push forward, try to get the spike in play.
Ball's up for the moment.
Yes, I mean, spike is in the hands of Envy. He's the one with that Hunter's Fury online. You'd love to give him a deeper angle. Meanwhile, deep scaling is going to be coming through, freeing on the approach over at Cannons at the moment. Spike's still not yet in play. KRX, I mean, they just keep layering in util, try to buy some time here, but the mollies do end up whiffing.
Two players on the site right here, Forsaken and Envy. In the end, Envy going to back off. Let's pop that Hunter's Fury to try and play delay. Got to buy a lot more time than that, though. KRX have got plenty. They were pre-rotated.
Freeing, unable to find that kill. Still creates a good amount of pressure, but Forsaken swings out from the pillar. Cleans him up. Will eventually fall Freeing, getting himself into a 1v2.
Oh, for a second gone.
TP forward and goodbye.
Wow, I mean, that's just the power of Paper X, isn't it? Forsaken conjures something out of nothing, gets the easiest 3K of his life, it would seem. I assure you it was not as easy as it looked, but just so sharp. Great start from Hyunmin. Flash through the wall.
4v5 with the op gone.
Yeah.
You want to take more space, boys?
Doesn't matter, though. I mean, it's obviously not too happy days there for something, but when you got a player like that behind you, you can still get around nice and easy. You know, first, it's Devi with the Sheriff in the previous sort of eco round that Paper X had, and now Forsaken stepping up as well. You're getting a lot of work done out of the individuals. Now something's turned to have a little bit of success. He was the sacrificial lamb in the previous round, let's say, but now he gets to have his turn in the sun.
Yeah, if you're going to have him snipe, just give him a little backup. If you want him to go pushing forward like that, they do.
I'm out of here.
Spam off the angle, making sure players can't come scaling out of double doors. That allows them to just line up for the collat.
Devi. And something in a perfect place to shut that one down. A very easy pickings for Paper X. Just again, when you think, okay, maybe KRX can come back into this one, Paper X respond in kind, 2 rounds in a row, start to build that lead out. It has been a little more back and forth than some of them. I think we can at least give KRX credit for that, but by and large, you're still kind of seeing the same result eventuating. And that is Paper X compounding upon the advantages. A lot of ultis available for them here as well. In the upcoming round, something has built up the overdrive.
Polar opposite reactions from something. Op's going to be in the hands of Flicker.
These are the perfect tools that you'd want as Paper X on a round like this one.
Okay, good start.
Don't get to use them.
Something dead. Forsaken denied the ulti by Fring. Quick little layer of the smoke, and meanwhile, reckoning out from mid, so you know that there's going to be a bit of a crunch attempt here onto the A side. So, see how KRX tries to deal with this, as there's just red lines all over the map.
Yeah, walls everywhere.
Spot on the one. Forsaken able to slip back away, self-protected for now, as Molly will get a little bit of damage onto a couple players. So far, there's the breakthrough getting started. Is freeing, still hovering here around center pyramids, and now the spike dropped on the floor. Forsaken looking at the timing. Quick little readjustment, finds that kill. Free, scoop forward, gets the kill, and KRX are going to keep this close.
Yeah, that round just felt like there was a little bit too much to recover for Paper X. Freeing still in on the site was the big problem. You sort of highlighted the walls, and there was a lot of walls that obviously KRX had to get past on the retake, but the fact that they still had Freeing in on the site stopped Paper X from fully taking control of it. It was such a pest. In the end, got himself an important couple of kills in there to keep Paper X at bay, and that just the fact that he survives is what really matters. So good anchor work from him. So 3 to 4, a much more competitive map. That's nice from KRX. Still a bit in the back pocket here for Paper X to work with, though, and they're going to try to explore through A main. Meanwhile, a nice lurk from Devi out through middle. See an A split here.
Oh, overdrive popped and Bane taken down. Freeing, rescaling up into the smoke. Just going to go shoulder to shoulder. As curveball in, and he's able to find one, finds two, looks for the third. Swap to the classic GENG. Ooh, will barely be able to win that one out, but Hunman denied the ulti before that Molly can fly. As Pit just to block off this angle of approach, so Flicker will be rerouted through A main. Molly just a hair off.
Ball's gone back up though, so KRX most likely going to have to wait that one out. Low HP on something. Won't matter.
Hunman asleep at the wheel there. Maybe a quick glimpse up to the minimap. But that is a significant whiff. Maka, however, still alive. Finding one, push out of the smoke, finds the other. Divide, brings it back into a 1v1 Flicker.
Time is a factor.
Tap at the defuse. Divide on the scale. Flicker reading the angle, finds the kill. Will just be able to have it and keep that up in hand. KRX, they're going to tie it 4 to 4.
Again, another really patient retake from KRX. They don't get agitated. Even though that time is ticking down, they had to get past so much. The Pit in particular, a real thorn in their side, but a nice work around from Flicker, just avoiding it, navigating past it. Jing swinging out of that smoke late, and not winning his duel is where that starts to fall apart a little bit. Even though that trade was in from Devi, he still has to win the 1v1, and once you get into a one-on-one, anything can really happen. That's the swing I'm talking about here.
I think that little fight inside of the smoke between Jing and Freeing is a good way to summarize this map so far.
Yeah, Freeing got away with a lot, probably more than he should have. Now we get the defensive Pit pulled from KRX over towards B. Everybody getting to have a piece of the pie.
Will force them away. Looking like Paper X not really wanting to try to circumnavigate the Pit, go in through the back. We'll just get ready to attack into A. Operator's still going to be dialed in on an angle there at main. Have to be aware of this. Drone's still available from Envy. Could just use it to quickly clear him off the angle. That's exactly what he's going to try to do. Oh, but Flicker. Look at this tuck back. Oh, now trying to go in for the face forward. Relay bolt's going to be exchanged, but he gets stunned and something does not. Quickly collects the kill. Now Freeing going to be spotted out. Hunter's Fury in response to try to buy some space, slow down this approach, but something, he's just now running at them. He's all the way out to their spawn! Right of the rope, a glimpse of the Bane, spray and pray. It will not go his way.
He couldn't see anything, but I tell you what, even despite the fact that it ends up going that way right at the back end, that was some really good assistance for something on the entry. Obviously, he's charging in, but not only that, you're having to deal with the Hunter's Fury trying to sort of worry about where that's coming from for KRX. On the other side of the coin, you've had the reckoning through from Jing, and there's just so much going on that something thrives in that chaos.
I need to see the replay of Something's camera.
Oh, he was.
I know
was not
exactly
happy.
what I can imagine exactly what he said.
Yeah, couldn't see a damn thing. It is what it is. I mean, he gets the 3K. You can't be too mad.
Oh, sure. There's still a very strong round from him.
Tavai's
Absolutely
laughing.
the right play.
I think I mean, they're probably still hearing about it.
Yeah.
Surely we get this on the replay.
I mean, it was Jing's wall. Ended up denying him vision, right? So.
Yeah, but he ran into the wall.
Yeah.
You know, it's not as if this was Jing's fault.
So, all right. There's the first one. Doesn't stop moving. It's like a wind-up toy. Just keeps going until he runs out of momentum. Gets this kill. Push up over the top.
What is it called? Temple run. You know, temple run.
Yeah. Well, everyone's happy at the end of that round, it seems, for Paper X, so all's well in the world.
Okay.
5 for the lead. Not a massive stretch necessarily. Flicker looking to work his way down middle here. There's been quite a bit of presence put towards mid from KRX, actually. Drone out now as well. They do want to get a bit active. Leaving freeing up to his own devices, but he's under pressure.
Oh, yeah, man, that quick little glimpse before he can get that smoke to bloom is more than enough.
Overstays is welcome.
Bane, trying to slide back, but the pass lane expires. He's got no more coverage, no vision, so just a quick little kill collected for Something. Player advantage again here for the side of Paper Rex. They look to move this up to 6. Get themselves separated a bit from KRX, and that should seal the deal on it. Time to go for the save.
That's how quick it can happen, isn't it? KRX just don't seem like they have the opportunity to defend this site. As soon as freeing goes down, the flood is in. That's why it's so important when you're playing that forward position as the anchor. You cannot afford to be dropping.
But this is where we're really seeing the cracks in what KRX is trying to do. Freeing is a first-time moment. He has not played it on stage ever. And in that moment, it's one of those things where if you are used to it, if you have the reflexes for it, you're just going for that TP, you're quickly exiting. You're not trying to run out, give them another angle. You're just playing it safe, TP into the corner, need a brick stack.
Yeah.
But hey, that instinct, those reactions just aren't going to be there for him.
Whoa.
A little bit of a chase there from Paper X. Doesn't quite go their way. They don't manage to pull the extra couple of guns off of KRX. But at the end of the day, I don't know that it necessarily matters all that much.
I think the death, I couldn't tell if he already had it, but I think the death might have also given Forsaken his ult, so. That's a net positive regardless.
Let's see.
It's so loud that you can't even hear it.
Yeah, there's some sort of space joke in there somewhere, but I'm not intelligent enough to come up with it in the brief amount of time I had to think about it. It happens. Paper X right back into the swing of things, and again, another aggressive move down middle from KRX.
Oh, well. It's a curveball through towards the Vi, but as we cut over, it's Forsaken finding the kill, and now Vi regaining his vision, he's able to find Bane.
Yeah, it's a shame there, because you think as Devi getting caught by that flash, maybe there'd be a bit of trouble, but nothing going right for KRX at the moment. 1 for 2. Be back in for another trade, and I mean, it's just
this was
a foregone conclusion, really.
Yeah, this was a puppet round. This was Paper X just working KRX incredibly well, just making them into a malleable force that they could just mold and manipulate the way that they wanted.
Was a really nice entry over towards B, you have to say there from Forsaken. Good clear onto Marco. As soon as that entry goes that way, that side's gone, but this in particular, you had 2 players push down mid, you had Devi actually flashed out, but nobody properly cleared him. So presumably the comm at that point is mid's clear. The rotation coming through, and actually it's not. So Devi does what he needs to do, cleans up the rotation, and that compounds the advantage for Paper X. This could well be an 8-4 half, but KRX again going to try to get aggressive in through mid.
Have they learned? Devi is right here behind this wall yet again.
He's ready to go.
Instead, Hyunmin just slotting back through shop into A main.
Does he get him again?
Bane's wall. Oh, yep. We'll just back away.
B-site, point of contact. Push coming through. Something for the double entry. Again, getting so much work done.
Will end up falling to the overdrive. As Flicker considering the recheck, but he just has not seen Jing. Just can't steady. It's far too chaotic. Bane with 1. Gets us into a 2v3. It's the last round of the half, so yeah, you have to just commit the ult. Send it if you got it, but unfortunately Hyunmin can't get anything off of it.
No plant yet. PaperX happy to hold and see if they can...
They should just go A.
Well, figure out where Bane is. I guess that's the question at the moment because they're pretty aware of Hyunmin's location. Bane. Push happening.
Okay.
Spike planted.
Well, Bane may have just saved this round and this half to make it a 7-5.
It's not over yet.
It's not. It's Envy. Seen him clutch from this position on this very map so many times, and there's the first step, and Bane is low. Ooh. The poke and prod, the white swing, and Envy up. He's got it. Red Bull clutch on his feet, and that's going to be 8-4.
He had that every day of the week. As soon as that curveball got tossed, it was the sound cue that gave away the position of Hyunmin. And then Envy locks in. And in the 1v1, like you said, low HP for Bane, it was always going to be a tough ask unless he rounded that corner with a headshot. So Envy, again, really, really comfortable. Nice double entry from somebody. We had that question, I guess, about what his Neon was going to look like, and it seems the answer is not too bad actually today against KRX. Certainly had quite a bit of success. 2 very good entry rounds from him.
Go back, no, it's fine. No, it's fine. But you guys don't have to fight.
Halftime.
A little Lysor stand for the boys.
Oh my god.
Okay, 8-4. I mean, it's doable, but the big blemish that we have to look at was pistol win into the anti-ego drop.
Yeah.
That could have been a massive
Not bad.
jump start for KRX, and having that round get away from them was pretty brutal in setting the stage for this to only be a 4-round half.
They just haven't really been grasping the opportunities that have been given to them. It's not as if PaperX are playing a flawless game today, but they're certainly playing a far better game than KRX are. KRX giving those kinds of chances over to PaperX. You and imagine that they're the kind of team that's going to capitalize on that, and they certainly have. Another 8-4, obviously. Like you say, really good spot to be in. And if the best thing that you can say about your half is the second half is doable, you've not had a great half. So
yeah,
it's not going to be a good feeling for KRX going in here. The second half, I mean, defensive side as well for PaperX. They've got so much to lay you till the Harbor. They've got the Phoenix as well with the Blaze Wall and the Hot Hands. And then obviously got the Viper there as well. So there's a lot to get through here.
Oh,
can they find another pistol? Full investment on the side of PaperX. No one with the classic.
They want to fight. They're set up in mid. 4 players.
Yeah,
could be set for KRX. It's going to be 3 Sheriffs and a Bandit and a Ghost.
Dart won't spot them.
I mean, they are fully anticipating PaperX to go for this mid push. Which they are, but they're not doing it nearly as aggressively as KRX may have thought.
Not hearing any footsteps anywhere on the map here, PaperX, so this will probably be the setup that you see them hold for the foreseeable future. At a certain point, someone's going to have to go looking for a bit of info. B-site creep from KRX would not be a bad shout at all, and I don't imagine that Viper wall is going to keep them at bay, even if it does go up at the right time.
Toxin screen down.
Oh. Did Divine notice a pixel? No, now he has. Silent walk-in, Bane. He is putting this completely on... Wait, no, he's calling them over. Oh my god.
No way.
There is an empty B site. They're right next to it. KRX so close to hitting diamonds, and they've stopped digging.
Oh. Yeah, you've got everybody here from PaperX to defend. This is going to go really badly.
You would suspect. Here comes the entry, dive forward, Bane able to find one, curveball now going to be going out, Flicker comes to the rescue, Forsaken gone, 10 seconds though, they got to get the plant in play, will be able to do so, but here's Divide, kills Hyunmin, trying to whittle away at him, Divide fights back, gets the third, but freeing finds the final, and okay, that was looking catastrophic, but KRX, they managed to fight their way out.
Yeah, when I said really bad, I meant really bad for PaperX, because KRX just hitting their shot, something goes a little bit early, there's not enough of a flood from the rest of the team. I'm not expecting Bane just kind of standing out in the open there, and then the next 2 as they push their way through do get hit with nearsightedness. Outside of some nice shooting from Divide, there was really nothing in that round for PaperX, but then again, KRX won the pistol in the first half, and we saw what happened. Divide has got another Sheriff, so...
Old habits die hard.
I know, bro. I mean, I'm trying, guys.
Well, Divide again. Finding Mako is just volley of shots exchanged here on both sides. was, I think, just Mako forward with no real gun to be recovered, so. Unless I'm wrong and they just haven't grabbed it yet. They're starting to work their way forward. Okay, it was a sheriff. Meanwhile, speaking of sheriffs, Devi still in town. For another.
Oh, something's timing's good here.
It
Very
really
good.
is. Oh, it's excellent. But Payne's a little bit faster on that draw. Hyunmin now cleaning it up, gets himself a 3K, and all right, KRX not going to be squandering the early advantage this time around. They keep the key weaponry in hand. We go into the bonus, and if they get a conversion here, given that they have this run it back online, then who knows? We may just be going to a third map.
I think at the moment still wishful thinking, but we'll see what KRX can do. PaperX, even I would say pretty threatening in this round. If that kill from something goes a different direction, if he actually gets the kill onto Bane, maybe that just throws that round into enough chaos that PaperX are again running away with this half. So they have been probing, they have been close. Had some clutch ability on this map as well. KRX need a clean round here, and that is not how you get it. That is questionable.
Well, this was the mid-fight that they thought they were going to get in the pistol.
Yeah, and they've got back out as well.
Oh, but the spear into elbow could end up being their undoing if Hyunmin is able to play Flicker in. Will, however, just be forced forward, trying to take that fight, but too many targets.
Yeah.
Jing there with the coverage.
I think Hyunmin kind of needs to activate here. This is the unexpected timing. They think they've cleared it out. If he can push in, get behind, maybe he can make something happen. But
you need to avoid that as well.
Yeah, you need people to not be dead on the other side of the map.
And now Envy is just slotted in, 90-degree angle.
Exactly. What can you do? PaperX too aware. So, yes, I want to get behind the storyline of KRX, win the pistol, they win the anti-eco cleanly. They can maybe come back in this map and push it through to 3, but I haven't seen enough from KRX today to really convince me that they can make this happen.
You drop the bonus, it's not the biggest deal, but given the way that the rest of this series is gone, that's where the line share concerns are really coming from. So it seems like Bane.
30 seconds.
You die, you get one more charge of 100 Fury, so I'm guessing it's just a re-clear behind and then a push, or do you just save this Phantom? You're going to have to armor rebuy no matter what. You got 15 seconds. Getting the spike planted is going to be impossible. So it seems like he's just going to save it.
10 seconds left.
Okay.
And fair play. I mean, he doesn't have to rebuy util, I suppose, so not the worst.
Only something.
9-6. So 3-round lead.
Mako play
Still an opportunity though for KRX.
Yeah, tough one again for KRX. We have to go back and look at that initial start from freeing. Thought he had a play there, but PaperX just too confident pushing their way down into middle, into that smoke. PaperX are going to play like that. They're up, 13-1 in the first map. They're up in the second map here as well. They are going to be pretty free. They're not sitting back waiting for the game to come to them. They want to take the fight to KRX.
All right, well, we're going to have a listen into KRX as they look to try to bring us back within 2. Something trying to hold the door, but there's going to be the run it back out from Hyunmin as they look to open up the A site.
형 빠졌다 쭉 옐로까지. 옐로 가운데 조심해야겠는데.
옐로. 일단 얘네 리테 장막이야. 이거 크게
들어갈래? 내가 앞에 쌀게.
얘들아 디디라인 크게 먹어야 돼. 리테 장막이야.
앞에 하진 형이 뒤에 싸우죠. 나 됐어.
현민아 이거 왼쪽 돌 준비해. 나이퍼랑. 저들. 옐로 싸볼게.
나 빨리 가.
라인들.
자, 좀만 버티면 7초 뒤에 막 수고 가능해. 자, 싸워 왼쪽.
사이트 오겠다. 장막 꺼진다 얘들아. 봐봐.
기다려. 스모크 기다려.
일반으로 많이 왔다. 일반으로 많이 왔다.
Ain't going to be good for one before getting taken down, but now Jinx something. Kill a piece. Hyunmin has fallen. It's just freeing. Still on this approach. The plant not for him. Nothing more to be done here. No way. Try to get back into the action.
Really good retake fundamentals from PaperX. Every single one of those duels that we got to see from the KRX POV was a 2-on-1 swing coming through. The first one off the back of the curveball. 2-on-1, and then onto the plant. Again, a 2-on-1. So you've just got all these PaperX players playing in tandem. They are taking advantageous duels, and if you continue to do that consistently, it's going to be very hard to lose the map from here as PaperX. Surely now, a bit of a headache for KRX. So we are going to get a timeout, the first one of the map. And it seems that the concerns, I think, will grow even louder here for KRX after today, right? Because it was an easy scapegoat to say, they're playing Triple Duelist. It's not the meta pick. They don't look good on it. They're not winning as a result of Triple Duelist. But now, they haven't even really been competitive against Paper X today, and they're not playing Triple Duelist. So, what is responsible for that?
You know, and I'm gonna throw a scapegoat out there for Termy, and I'm also gonna throw somebody else under the bus.
Right.
Glow was in the coaching booth today. I'm pretty sure the last 2 games when they were playing Triple Duels, I think it was Argency in the coaching booth.
I think you might be right.
Gonna have to have a conversation with that man. Maybe Termy's innocent in all this.
He's just been, what's the word? There's been a coup in the KRX camp.
And bullied out.
I don't know. Look, still not over for KRX, but I would again say relatively unenthusiastic from them thus far today. Paper X, again, looking to get aggressive. This time it's something that's just probing over on A main on his own. He is the anchor on this site, and this is how he's choosing to play it. And that just shows you exactly how confident Paper X are at the moment. His sense of timing is so intuitive.
He is just looking to solo anchor this. Let's see if he's going to be good for more. 13 bullets left in the mag. Curveball, however, not going to be dodged. Takes that one straight to the face. Meanwhile, late lurk from Freeing here in mid. Oh, goes incredibly well. Red, what a rebound. Of course, they try to reposition, but Forsaken's already cleared it. No.
Oh, no.
Oh, Angel, oh no.
Yeah. I mean, I think you have to ask the questions, obviously, but we'll talk about that a little bit later on because the retake is happening.
Scale passes volley, just riding along both of these walls. Gunman. Oh, he's got himself into such a cheeky spot.
Bombs planted open as well.
Well, he's been found. Meanwhile, Flicker, quick peek. Good for one, nothing more. Hunter's Fury having to be abandoned as Forsaken's got the curveball ready to go. Right into the face of Bane as does that Vandal shot hit. So, defuse to come in. Paper X 2 rounds away from closing it out now.
Yeah, making it look easy as well on the retake, and I think you definitely, again, have to just sort of highlight Freeing. Really not looking super comfortable on this Omen. He gets in all sorts of trouble there, tries to TP out. It's a bit of a nothing TP in the end. He would have been better just trying to do anything else, really. It's probably the 3rd time on this map where it feels like he's been a little bit exploited. Good final fight there from Forsaken as well.
Well, production telling me that it was Termy Glow for the first match, so my conspiracy theory has already been debunked. But like any conspiracy theorist, that means that I will double down and not be dissuaded.
Indeed, it should mean nothing to you what the facts are.
Yep. The earth is flat, the birds are all fake.
Another attempt here for KRX to try to get into the A site. This time, something playing a bit more of a reserved line. He's got the op in hand, so it will be a different looking defense and probably a bit of a different looking retake. All something wants here is ideally just a pick. If he can get a pick, make it a 4-on-5 for the retake, that would be great. If not, it's fine. Play for the 5-on-5. Look at all the resources you've got as Paper X for this retake here. Got a lot of ultis online and available. Forsaken can jump in there with the run it back, get the info. Maybe Jin can even get the reckoning out.
Overdrive now from something. Check towards backside, nothing seen. Curveball going to be sent through, but ult going to be denied. Haven't been able to find the one. Looking for a little bit more, but somehow something does not get caught. Hit now. Going to be sent in, but Jing, the first to fall, the scale forward. Flicker! Oh, the shock dart right at his feet. It'd be so very wise to it.
Joke's over.
Checks back over to double doors. Bane has fallen. Gunman losing out on the ult, and he is completely isolated and picked apart. Something has the kill. PRX has the round, and they should just have this map and series.
Yeah, Paper X are like a hive mind. The information does come through, of course, like I said, off the back of that run it back. You thought maybe something would actually get something done with the overdrive pushing his way through there, but actually didn't win his duel. Still, they had the info. Still, they knew that those two players were close up to the pyramids. And so as soon as this pick goes forward, Envy, aware that someone's going to try to push their way in, it gets that shock dart through. Easy clean up for him, and then the flood from the rest of the guys. Again, it seems like Paper X intuitively know exactly what everyone's doing, exactly what their teammates are doing, and their opponents as well. And 12-6, very quickly looking to close this map and series out in what has been ultimately an extremely dominant display.
Something looking to make sure that Mako has a very bad time. He's slipped into the gone into window though.
Yeah, this could be something.
Oh, drop down, but that's noise made.
That's what I meant.
That was very, very fast.
Yeah, please.
Certainly easier when you know that they're there, but still something making it look
One
clean,
enemy remaining.
as is the rest of Paper
Spike
Rex.
down A.
Win with no one again.
Into a 1v4. To try to cut the lead down to 42, and he can't do it. Forsaken will be able to find him. And that is going to be Paper Rex taking the series 2-0 fashion. Maybe a, expected result. Slightly different than what we had anticipated. But overall, found their footing that second half. Drop the pistol. Don't let him get a bonus conversion. And just run off into the sunset.
Yeah, unfortunately just far too easy today for Paper Rex. High fives all round. It's an easy day at the office. An hour and 20 minutes it's taken them to dispatch of KRX, who are looking more and more embattled as the season goes on. It's a nice return to form this week from Paper Rex. They started last week with a loss to T1, came back, beat DFM 2-0, and they've got themselves a 2-0 here as well against KRX. So starting to sort of rebuild their stage, and I don't think that there's anything necessarily that they have to look at there and say, you know, we need to improve upon that, because it was pretty clean across the board from Paper X, whereas KRX, there's still a lot of question marks. You know, they're obviously changing the roles around still. You highlighted freeing on the Omen. I would echo that sentiment, certainly. He was over on the Chamber as well. So even despite the fact that they moved away from the triple duelist setup, I think you still have to look at KRX and say they've got stuff that they need to figure out.
Yeah, I think that there's a couple different iterations that could be tried here that would probably deliver better results and offer more comfort overall. I think that if you want to be having that Omen in the mix here, just put freeing on Sage, allow yourself to get some double control in that regard. I don't know. We'll have to see what they workshop for the next matches next week, but for now, let's send things down to the stage. Bella's going to be standing by with none other than Divide.
Yeah.
And it's Paper X taking their 2-0 win against KRX. Paper X의 다바이 선수 만나보겠습니다. 승리 축하드립니다, 다바이.
Thank you.
와, 오늘 RX 더비 아무리 속도가 빠르고 W게이밍인 페이퍼렉스라고 해도 13대 1은 예상하기 좀 어려웠을 것 같은데 오늘 경기의 전개 좀 예상했는지 어땠는지 한번 다바이 선수에게 여쭤보도록 하겠습니다. Well, you guys are the fast-paced gaming. We know that, right? But did you expect a 13-1 on Summit? Because we were all pleasantly surprised.
I was surprised as well, I guess. I mean, since it's a new map for us, so we didn't expect much. Like, just trying to get used to the map before Champ and stuff. So, I mean, I'm glad that it's working out well for us. But also, I think we kind of want to be tested before the Champ and stuff, so that we know what went wrong, what went right and stuff. But yeah, I mean, no complaint. Win's a win.
본인도 13대 1이라는 빠른 경기 결과에 조금은 당황했다고, 좀 놀랐다고 이야기를 해줬습니다. 그리고 챔피언스 전에 다양한 시도를 주면서 서밋이라는 새로운 맵에서 본인들이 할 수 있는 거를 이렇게 실험하는 그런 오늘 경기였기 때문에 오늘 승리를 하게 돼서 더 기쁘다고 이야기를 해줬습니다. 안 그래도 페이퍼렉스가 정말 이번 스테이지에서도 실험실을 열심히 운영하고 있는데 오늘도 나왔습니다. 특히 브리즈 조합에서 눈에 띄었던 게 썸띵 선수가 네온을 다시 잡았거든요. 이 브리즈에서의 요원 조합 배경에 대해서 직접 들어보면 좋을 것 같습니다. I know you guys have been doing a lot of attempts. Your PaperX lab is open for business once again, right? And what stood out to us on Breeze was Something's back on the Neon. You guys have a couple of role changes as well. Was it Something's idea? Can you talk to us about what was the conversation that led to today's comp?
I think because we saw some other teams run Neon and stuff, and we are the type of team that we kind of bought if we play the same agent over and over. So, start trying something new again. I mean, I knew in the past Something's Neon wasn't very good, but I think he played very well today. So yeah, he proved that he can improve, So yeah.
우선 네온을 다른 팀들도 기용하고 있는 현 메타기 때문에 한번 다시 시도해보면 좋지 않을까라는 이유가 나왔다고 이야기를 해줬고요. 그리고 페이퍼렉스 선수들이 같은 조합으로 경기를 하면 좀 심심해하기 때문에 오늘도 좀 다양하게 변화를 줘봤다고 이야기를 했습니다. 그리고 썸띵 선수가 이전에 네온을 잡았을 때는 조금은 아쉬웠던 모습을 보였지만 오늘 경기에서 그걸 상당히 만회하는 모습을 보여줘서 만족스럽다고 이야기를 했습니다. 그리고 다바이 선수가 저희가 오늘 프리쇼에도 나왔지만 부산을 엄청나게 기대를 하고 있거든요. 부산에 대체 뭐가 있길래 다바이 선수에게 뭐 특별한 의미가 있는지 한번 들어보고 마무리해 보도록 하겠습니다. Well, Davai, we had a chance to talk before the match today, and I know that you are extremely excited for Busan. What do you have in Busan? Why are you so excited for it?
I don't know. I mean, like for me, I got motivation if we are going to somewhere new. You know, we've been to many other places, but I've been to Busan before, but it was a very short term. So I would love to go again, and of course, in front of the crowd this time. So why not? New place, get to discover good food,
Yes.
chill. Why not? Yeah.
이제 다바이 선수 개인적으로는 새로운 환경에 가는 게 상당히 큰 동기부여가 돼서 부산이 많이 기대가 된다고 얘기를 해줬습니다. 더군다나 부산을 이전에 짧은 기간 동안 가본 적이 있었는데 이번에는 새로운 환경에서 새로운 경기장에서 다양한 관객분들과 경기를 한번 하면 정말 좋지 않을까. 뭐 음식도 있고 뭐 아주 좋은 분위기, 해변도 좀 즐기고 좋지 않을까라고 이야기를 했네요. 이렇게 해서 페이퍼렉스의 다바이 선수 만나봤습니다. Thank you, 다바이.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Thank
all
you.
right.
All right. Not be stressed out for once. I think today, it's been a while since Paper X fans haven't been, and today was pretty smooth sailing for them.
A little bit of a different feeling to that DFM game this time. They close it out cleanly. Very impressive game by Paper X. For KRX though, it's been an uphill struggle. They really have to start turning their season around. Don't get me wrong, Paper X is always going to be a tough opponent, but we do expect better.
Absolutely. I think, unfortunately, the KRX narrative is very much quickly starting to turn towards, let's just see if we can develop a style that works so that we're ready for play-ins, because KRX, I mean, at times I've kind of felt like they have been a gatekeeper team in Pacific. It's one of the lower ranked teams is going to take them on, then they're going to sweep them away pretty quickly. I think they're going to have to embody that role, continue developing things as they head through the rest of the group, maybe pick up 1 or 2 chance points if they can have some better form than we saw in this particular match, and then once they head into the play-ins, they're going to have to hit top form, because this is not going to cut it.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what? I think there were glimpses of interesting things that KRX was doing. But I also like what Paper X is doing right now. Obviously, they're pushing boundaries. They're trying to push the limits of their own creativity. They're putting players on different roles than they normally play. They don't have to do that. They could just play their normal comfort roles and honestly just, ease their way back into another trophy contending finals. But they're doing it, and I'm glad to see it.
Yeah, I mean, no one in the history of Valorant, especially post-franchising, has ever had this level of comfortability at all. Paper X are already in champs. They can't be eliminated. They have enough time to test anything they want to test. We see something go back across to that Neon. Much better performance from him. Forsaken on the Phoenix, backing him up. Does a great job. I think they're in such prime position to experiment and get in primed form for Shanghai. So glad to see them really putting everything to the test.
And there's one player on this team that we often credit with being one of the most creative players on this team, and that's Forsaken, which is why we have him on the desk today. Congrats, Jason.
Thank you.
Good to see you back here.
Good to see you.
Yeah, and the Breeze comp, I don't know how you guys keep getting more creative, but you're on the Phoenix. Ilya was playing back on the Neon, JJ on the Harbor. Who's coming up with all the creative ideas on this? Because when Breeze first came out, I know you were a big part of it, but who's coming up with these ideas?
I mean, we know that since in London, people running Harbor on that map, and I think the wall is a bit OP. So that, I mean, it's supposed to be me to play the Harbor, but DJ wants to play it.
He wants to play?
Yeah.
Are you sure? You didn't just bully him?
No, because on SN, when we tried with him on Harbor, I think it was pretty looking good, So we trying on Harbor again, so yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
I'm so surprised. That's growth.
Yeah.
That's growth.
Yeah. So coming into today, KRX had played that triple duelist, right? Were you expecting them to play that again? Were you expecting them to change? Would it have been even easier for you if they did play that?
Yeah, I mean, I thought they was gonna use the triple duelist again, and we have a talk before with the team. Why don't we just for fun fight against 3 duelists also, But somehow we have a feeling they're gonna change, So yeah.
It's Team Secret's fault.
Yeah, Team Secret fault, I think.
Yeah.
I think the main thing that it would be criminal not to ask you, because everybody's asking about it. You guys played Gecko on a map, but you're not playing it, and that's the last one that everyone's waiting for you to play. And there's no excuse not to. If you guys don't, win a map, or even if you drop a series in this group, you know, you guys are already a champ, so what's going on there? Like, surely at some point this stage,
I mean,
that's gonna
technically,
happen.
yeah, technically it's true, but up to Alex, because I see one of his interviews, the reason why he don't let me play Gecko because I always detain like my teammates, which is true, even on rank, but it's like fun to do it,
I mean,
So,
sometimes that might not be a bad thing if they're pushing somewhere or
So,
they're not
Alex,
supposed to be.
You gotta slow him down.
put me on Gecko, man.
Yeah, Alex.
Come on, man.
Speaking of Alex, I asked him earlier. He's always angry, he's always yelling, and he's always stressed out. What thing makes him the angriest?
The thing is, I think like when he talks something, we knew that it will work.
Yeah.
But somehow like all of the boys, also me,
Yeah.
suddenly like blank, like we just forgot what he says, It's like there's too many things and we just forgot,
Oh, so it's true. Alex said
Yeah.
he gets the most mad when you guys forget.
Yeah.
So it's true. And you know it. And you keep doing to that poor man.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you one thing before I send you off to celebrate. A lot of us have seen the Paper X vlog after the grand finals in London, and you were really like sad and heartbroken by that loss. So I want to ask like what you've been doing since London to work on your game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to like get my confidence back, go to my old routine in Toronto, like gym every day or something, and try to get myself like prepare for it, So yeah,
Yeah. Are you feeling better these days?
I'm feeling better. Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any crazy more comms coming up? Is it gonna keep cooking?
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we just keep trying
Yeah.
and see what the meta is, for
Yeah.
us. Yep.
I like it. Well, congratulations, Jason. Thanks for hanging out.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, I guess. And yeah, always really cool to have insights from Forsaken here. And again, he is a large part of the creativity behind this team. A lot of the zany ideas, a lot of the lineups. He's usually cooking with Alex there on Breeze. But our match MVP is going to be something. You guys doubted his Neon.
My bad.
Is this looking a little better?
He had some up and down
Apology to
games in
Neon?
the past. This was an up game. This was a fantastic game. He definitely was the tip of the spear for Paper X, as he always is. But I felt like his pacing was on with the rest of the team
Yeah, it was
quite
good.
nicely. And I felt like that was some pretty quality Neon games. So, I don't necessarily know if I want to see him on that agent specifically over something else, especially because Yoru is so good right now. I feel like
I
it's
think
coming
he can
back in
go
a
back
big
to
way.
it.
Yeah, I think we might see a little bit more of that, so I'm a little bit excited for that. And we got another upcoming match. It's another El Clasico. It's GENG versus RRQ, and some of you who've joined VCT a little bit later, you're like, what do you mean this is an El Clasico? This is an El Clasico also since 2023 days.
Yeah, I mean, these
You were
two
there,
teams,
Morgan.
they always seem to find a way to end up playing each other, but all we ask for is give us a closer game than this first series, please, because we hyped it up and it didn't come true. For GENG, things are looking up in Stage 2, a 2-0 record so far, looking clean with the new additions to the team. So let's see if they can continue that streak against old rivals here.
Yeah, I feel like there's kind of opposite trajectories for these two teams right now. For GENG, I mean, the thing we're focusing on for both of these squads is roster changes. GENG adding in Athena and Raxcool. I think these weren't the players that were on the tip of my tongue for picking up. There's a lot of talent in the Korean scene, but it seems like they've just hit the ground running. A clean win over Zeta 2-0 there. They beat out Nongshim as well. And Raxcool, despite the fact that they're kind of forcing him to be as flexible as Zinx was, maybe a little bit of Sentinel, maybe a little bit of Duelist after he's been a primary Duelist in the Tier 2 scene and playing on GENG Academy, he's stepping up to that challenge. He had quite a good game on the Vice against Nongshim on Split.
Yeah, I was very impressed by him. In both of the maps they won, I feel like he did his job excellently well. It seems like a real great scouting find here to bring
Third
him
map
up.
as well. That was actually a really good map. That's the best map I've seen from him so far.
So I think this is someone we can look to continue to grow. He is still young, it's still his rookie year, but if he progresses in the same way that we've seen from him, I think GENG could have a real strong roster on their hands.
I do wonder what happens when Zinx is okay, because Raxkull is definitely keeping up with the game here. And we gotta talk about Ash. Ash was phenomenal last week.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you see the title line in the bottom left, and we have some numbers to back that up. I think he dropped 60 in this series, and he really set the tone for the rest of the series. You see 15-8 against Dampy in head-to-head duels in this particular series, and 14-6 in opening duels. That is just absolute obliteration.
And he did his job so perfectly as the Neon. We've seen it before, and I always felt like he was a solid role-playing Neon. You know, he's making that space, he's doing everything right on paper, but he was never taking over the server. This game was entirely different. It was all about him.
Yeah, it was, and a large... I think this is going to be really interesting with them coming in today because their opponents are RRQ. RRQ have bested GENG at times, but today is going to be a little bit rough for this squad. They are not entering stage 2 with the same finesse that they started the year with.
No, it's been a little bit of a rough couple of days at the office for RRQ. Over at EWC as well, they didn't really necessarily have the best of results. I like the ideas. I feel like they have a unique take on this meta. I've kind of talked about the merits of what has been a Vito Sage comp on a couple of maps, but the roster instability and everything that's been going on right now, I just don't know what to make of RRQ, and quite honestly, it seems like there's something a little bit wrong in the works at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, 0-2, losing against GE and Zeta Division without getting a map, and it's prompted yet another lineup change here. Kushi is in, Zan is in, no Jemkin today.
Oh, yeah,
no,
I mean,
Jemkin is huge.
He's the centerpiece of RRQ, but you can see it here. I mean, we saw him in the last match. We were talking about him being on the Phoenix, but I think for the majority of that game, he had a mask on. I don't think he was necessarily feeling too well, and I don't know if that's the reason he's been subbed out. I'm not going to speculate too much, but he wasn't feeling his best. He wasn't playing his best, and he's not playing today, so they're going to have to make do without him.
It must be pretty bad. Do you guys remember when Xfero was really sick for a long time? He'd be walking on the stage with a mask on, but he would seem to have the sick buff happening. But Jemkin, you know, I hope you get well soon because it's going to be rough without Jemkin on the roster today.
Look, this is the third game that they've played in Stage 2 and the third different roster that they have presented. Now, regardless of why you're having to make these changes, sometimes it is out of your control, right? But it creates a deep instability in the team where you don't know if you're coming or going, you don't know the people around you, not even to mention the role changers. So it's a huge uphill battle here. Let's see if this iteration of RRQ is able to get some better results.
Yeah, and you just look at the overall results in the group so far. GENG are up 2-0. They're really running on full confidence right now, and RRQ are 0-2, and they have to deal with more adversity. I don't know how this is going to go for them today, unfortunately.
Yeah, with Zan coming in, he's been in last time they played.
I thought it was decent. One of the maps in particular, I thought it was quite good, honestly.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, these are the two players who have had to sit out at some point so far, so we see them both come in today. And let's see who can really get the job done here for RRQ. Both of them had chances, both of them had to sit out and watch from the sidelines. So I think if anyone's going to make a big impression on RRQ, it's going to be one of these guys who really feel like they have more to play for.
Yeah, but we can discuss, you know, and theory craft, okay, Kushi, Zan, Monya, and we can think like, okay, this guy can play this role. Jemkin is not replaceable, guys. Jemkin is the centerpiece of this team. He is the consistent fragger. He is the superstar duelist. So they're going to have to really kind of reinvent their style because for the longest time, RRQ has been a team of incremental changes built around Jemkin being a superstar, and that's not going to be something that they can rely on today.
Yeah, I think this is really rough. You look at the history for RRQ, they really peaked there in 2025 Stage 1. Coach Ewok was still around before he left us for Sentinels.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Bloody traitor.
I know, but it's been kind of hard since for this team here, and I'm wondering what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, even in that Stage 1 win, it was over GENG in the finals. GENG, after that, started to struggle while RRQ was shining, but now in Stage 2, it looks like the tides have really flipped here. So, while this is a matchup RRQ would normally quite like, especially as of recent, it doesn't look like they're going to be feeling as hot right now.
Yeah, it was interesting how they flipped that narrative. The first couple of years of Pacific, GENG was gatekeeping them. RRQ finally broke through after beating GENG to make it into playoffs and then became an elite team. We saw that they won a grand final over them, which they won from a disadvantage then as well. GENG was the team in the upper bracket. RRQ had a veto disadvantage in that game, and I'm seeing Jovi versus Caron here. I mean, I hate to say it, but they might have another veto disadvantage in this game.
I know Jovi does actively play a lot with his partner.
It's Caron. It's Caron.
But it's also Caron. Come on, I don't want to count him out. But I was gonna wonder who they were gonna send in for skirmish because they always send in the person who's not playing. But I guess GENG can't do it today.
No.
Yeah, so you're putting your money on Caron. It's 1-1.
Yo, you know, he got a kill there.
I put my house on Caron. I put everything I own on Caron here. He's got to come through for
Sancho
GENG.
has bet his house before and lost, so I don't know if you want to do that too.
That's all right. He's doing okay for himself. I'm sure soon he'll be able to buy himself another one.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's see. I think you could easily say Caron is the favorite here. Moves up 3-1. Caron is just so sharp like that. And I think he's someone who has been historically so fantastic for this GENG team. We saw him move back across the play. There's smokes here in stage 2, back to the old school roles. And I felt like he came alive once more. And it looks like that's carrying all the way through to the skirmish.
But it's so interesting. Solo did say he wants Caron back on the Sentinel role once they find someone who's as good as Caron on the smoke. So I don't know how long this, Caron...
These Korean coaches are trolling. They're all trolling. All of them.
All right, well, he's won the skirmish at least, so let's give the coaching staff a chance to repeat themselves in your eyes here, Big Thomas. We have a little bit of a look at the map, I'm interested to see the way that this is going to go, especially for RRQ, because as mentioned before, they're going to have to kind of reinvent themselves a little bit here, but also there's a little bit of a case of GENG looking at the RRQ games so far in this particular tournament, and you have to kind of light those on fire when you see the 5 players that are in the server, and I think that's especially worth talking about, because all 3 of these maps here that you're going to see in the video, Sunset being the last one as well, are maps that RRQ have played in this tournament or very recently with various iterations of their roster, and I think that, they're probably going to play a little bit different on some of those maps, so the GENG are not going to be able to prep as easily for them.
And I think Summit is a very interesting pick by GENG. We've not seen it from them yet, but it's definitely targeted. This was the map that RRQ threw against Global Esports,
Okay, they started our defense. They were 10-2 on defense.
Yeah.
Surely the defense is good here, Morgan, all right?
We'll see. We've got to wait and see.
He's the T-word. He's the T-word. You're upset by this, aren't you?
I can't be confident in RRQ at the moment. That's all I'm going to say. I want to see better from them, but I'm definitely leaning the way of GENG here.
We haven't seen Lotus the stage 2, right? A lot of the teams are just straight up banning Lotus. RRQ normally likes Lotus, GENG as well, so kind of curious, but Haven is going to be the first destination. RRQ has shown a couple different comps and players so far. I'm not super confident with it right now.
I mean, the last time that we saw it was that Neon Phoenix that they recently played, and what didn't necessarily net them a win. But GENG, they've been playing a lot of this map for quite a while now. They're loving the chamber comp. They're loving throwing texture on the chamber, but they've only really been playing Nongshim lately. And Nongshim, they're not necessarily the same kind of playstyle as a lot of other teams. And this is why I think that stats, especially map stats, can be a little bit misleading sometimes if you're playing against a certain team or a certain style on a map. Just because you're good against that team or that style doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be good against the field.
That is true, but we'll have to see if they get it done here today. I think texture on that chamber is something that I love that they're leaning into. I think it lets them play that operator while also having so much aggression with that double duelist. Ash did a fantastic job of it last time, so I think I'm still leaning the way of GENG. That's why I had to predict them today.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. It's really hard not to pick GENG, just based on the data that's in front of you, the evidence that's in front of you. Jemkin being out. Did you predict this before we got the announcement about Jemkin?
Yeah. Look, sometimes we predict at a certain time, things unfold, things change. But I do want to use this as an opportunity to, again, cope for RRQ. I think that still they've got a lot of good pieces here. And sometimes, especially when you've been going through some rough circumstances, some players have kind of been in and out of the roster, it can lead to some better performances or maybe some combinations that Jemkin could have limited the team on. Maybe they do want to play Phoenix and they don't have a Phoenix guy. Could we see Kushi Phoenix, Zan on the Neon, Monyet Smokes? That's actually a comp that works and is the kind of main meta right now. Is that going to win them a game against GENG in their current form? That's up to them to step up, I think.
Does that sound like cope?
That's hard cope.
That's hard cope.
Look, I see where you're coming from. Don't get me wrong, there's a world. They know this matchup intimately well, but I think when you look at form, GENG are just hitting stride after stride. RRQ haven't won a map yet, so this would be a big victory for them.
Yeah, it would be huge, and I think a vote of confidence from the viewers, including those of us at the desk. But again, this is a long-standing rivalry between GENG and RRQ. They do know each other very well, so let's welcome them to the stage.
today's matchup.
We've got GENG facing against RRQ. Both of these teams are playing really well in Pacific last year, but we have a lot of questions for them coming into Stage 2. But both teams have had rookie additions, showcasing what they've gotten. So far, so good, at least for GENG. They got Athena and Raxkull. In terms of team play, looking really good. And on the side of RRQ, they've added Zen, and as an individual performance, also not too bad.
Yeah, he's done a good job. I think he's trying to settle into the team during a turbulent time. Don't get me wrong, I think this is a very tough game against RRQ, against a well-known opponent. This is the third lineup that we're seeing from them. Cushy is back in for today, so let's see if this is the variation that can get it done.
Yeah, I want to see what we're going to get from RRQ today. I mean, the last series that they did win was a best of 5 over GENG. They were able to beat GENG the last time that they played Haven as their map pick, but that was before the GENG changes.
Yes.
And since then, RRQ has gone on an 8-map loss streak, so I'm a little bit concerned for them, as are a lot of people. Jemkin is not playing today, and GENG is the informed team.
Cute little fist bump from Solo there. It's almost like he forgot. And then we would have had a
Whoa.
little
Whoa.
drama again. The drama that we never got from last week. But this is going to be a lot for RRQ to prove themselves today. I think they have us really scratching our heads, really worried about this team right now. And it's not because of any of their individual players, it's just how it's coming together.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's it for me. You know, when you cast your mind back to Summit against GE, that's the backbreaker of the map for me, where it looked like they should have had it done. They throw it away, and then they have an incredibly horrible week against Zeta Division. So it looked like Zeta Division diffed them in every aspect in my mind. So I wonder what's going on inside this camp, and is today the day they can manage to turn it around? Because when they're good, they're so good. We know that they can lift trophies here in Pacific. It's not like it's impossible for them. That's why it's so frustrating to see them have that little bit of a dip in form. So maybe today is the day where they can turn it around.
Yeah, I think it's up to the leadership, really, of RRQ. They've got great coaches. You know, Crazy Guy, we praise him as being one of the best leaders and IGLs in Pacific, and he's used to kind of working with these mixed teams, mixed nationalities. So this is up to him to be able to kind of salvage what seems like an unsalvageable situation against a GENG that's in really good form right now. I'll be very impressed if RRQ can put this together today.
And GENG, much like Foxy9 joining Varel and giving them a lot of vibes, Athena, you know, he's been playing for a really long time. Some of us were like, why are they adding this old player onto the roster? But his vibes and his experience has proven to be extremely useful.
I totally agree. I feel like he vibes quite well with the team. They have a really good energy, and he's been very clutch. It's not like he has insane numbers, but his impact's actually been pretty solid.
Yeah, I think he does his job very well, and Rascal, as that newer young player, he did do an excellent job in their last matchup. So we take a look at the compositions. For GENG, this is what we would expect. It's Neon Phoenix, texture on that chamber. For RRQ, it's Neon Phoenix as well. This is what you were hoping for.
This is kind of the roles that I theory crafted when I saw this lineup. I'm a little bit concerned though. Cushy has been up and down on the Phoenix. In between seasons, he's had very good games on it. In Pacific, not so much the case, unfortunately. So he's going to have to step up today. I think Zan had one great game, one not so good game. Monya, honestly, since coming back into this team, has been in some better form. So I think there's potential here for RRQ, but GENG has been looking very good on this map lately.
Yeah, that's right. And I am, again, curious, just like the rest of you, how this is going to pan out. We want to see a better performance from RRQ, but GENG fans must be so delighted to see them on this trajectory.
Well, you should be as well. What was your hot take again? They're going to top the group? They're on their way to do it.
That's right. My hot take was GENG topping their group, and Solo's confidence right now, he's looking... Oh, that's a cool...
Yo, give me one of those. I missed out. Please.
That is mega cool. I'm going to go down right now and find that Vandal. And to cast us through our first Jemkin-less RRQ in a while, it's Achilleos and Elfish.
Uncharted territory pretty much here. Elfish Guy as, Jemkin, we wish you the best. Hopefully you're going to be feeling better. Know that it's been a little bit of a struggle since Paris. But curious to see how this one is going to go, because he has been the center point of this team for quite some time.
Yeah, and I think, look, obviously there's no surprise, or it won't be a surprise for anyone to hear me say that RRQ has been in a bit of a diabolically poor form coming into this stage. So, I'm sure this doesn't necessarily help for them. If that does end up being the case again today, and GENG get the win, here's a crazy stat for you. The only teams winless after week 2 of stage 2 would be Varel and GENG. I don't think anyone would have predicted that coming into this stage. So,
no, not at all.
Or lossless, I should say,
Yeah,
without a loss.
There you go.
The only teams that don't have a loss, GENG and Varel. Like, I mean, that's crazy, right? Like, but that's kind of where we're at. And so at this point, I think it feels like a very real possibility. RRQ, I think they've been in a bit of a shambles. And the fact that they're now running a third week in a row, or a third game in a row with a different lineup, it can't help, right?
Yeah, going for the musical chairs, it's very much similar to going for different comps every single time that you're playing a game. There's going to be a lot of pain points that you're encountering, and whether or not you're going to be able to deal with them is a completely different story. I mean, even with kind of the more set and steady roster, I mean, the desk was talking about it, that summit that had come out where it looked like they were so far ahead, and then it just slipped from their grasp round over round over round into an overtime, into the loss overall. Those are things that are very difficult to recover from. And now, I mean, these players are storied. They've been around for quite some time. They've lifted trophies with the majority of this roster that is here today. But when you're just kind of getting hit left, right, and center over and over again, and you can't find your footing at all, it's difficult.
Yeah.
And I do have to give a lot of credit, I think, to Moniette. He comes back into this on, you would assume, short notice, and has been, I think, looking like the brightest spot for the team.
Yeah, I suppose you've got to do what you've got to do, right? Like, even given a bad situation, try and make lemonade out of lemons, whatever, what have you. But again, you go back and look at that game against Setup that RRQ played, and I just feel like they in the server didn't look fantastic. In the cams, when you sort of looked at the vibe in particular, that's where I kind of had my biggest concern. It just didn't seem like they were having a good time at all. And I think that at that point that's where you're really getting a little bit worried, because you can look at some of the teams that were taking losses throughout last stage. Some of the Japanese teams, they're still kind of vibing. They're still having a good time. They're still getting along, whereas it didn't look great in that respect for RRQ. And then on the flip side of the coin, obviously we've been talking a lot about RRQ. Just to touch on GENG, I mean, if RRQ are on a downturn, GENG are very much on an upswing, and that has continued from game 1 to game 2, and certainly seems like it should happen here in game 3 as well. I would echo the sentiment that the analyst desk had. I think Afina's been a really good addition. Raxgirl's had his moments as well. So the known quantities that we have on GENG have been sort of on the improve, and then the new additions have certainly not been bad either. So I think we can look at that and say, you know what, GENG, I mean, if they're this week 3-0, I like what I'm seeing.
No, I really like what I've been seeing, and also just kind of figuring out the roles for the team as well, leaning Texture more in towards the chamber when necessary, allowing for Raxgirl as well to just kind of flip back and forth between Senti and Duelist. It feels like it's overall been really good, and as it turns out, just having Karan play smokes is a good thing. So thankfully, Solo and HSK, they managed to come to that conclusion. Solo did say on an interview with the desk that he thinks that Karan is so good that if they had a smokes player of his caliber, that putting him on Senti would still be the smartest thing. I don't know if I still, I would have to see it, but there's so few out there. Maybe if they had Mako, I'm like, okay, now yes, you can kind of flex him over, and then he'll play Viper, and he'll play Cypher, whatever. Maybe that's a world where we could see that, but don't see that happening. And also, still don't know if it would be better, because Karan is just one of the best.
Look, if it's me, which, to be fair, I don't think anyone wants me coaching their Valorant team, but if it was me, I don't think I'd be moving Karan off of what he's been doing this season. He's been phenomenal. He's been looking really good.
Yeah.
I mean, would you say he's been the highlight or the standout from GENG? I mean, he's definitely had his moments. Ash has been up there. Texture's been up there. They both had really good times as well.
Yeah.
But Karan definitely, I wouldn't be moving him at this point. And I feel like GENG have sort of found the recipe for success a little bit for this stage. So I think just leave it where it's at the moment, and it certainly should be enough to get over the line against RRQ today. Looking forward, though, a match next week against GE, that might require a little bit more finesse, I'd say, from GENG, and then they finish the group stage against Full Sense. So, I think we can look at it and say they've had a great start, but it probably gets a little tougher from this week. So you want to end this week on a high with a win against RRQ, and that's where they're headed right now, or at least that's what we're hoping where they're headed as we jump into our second game of the day. Apologies for the slight delay. It is GENG up against RRQ.
Our second El Clasico, having them back-to-back. Let's hope that this one delivers on all fronts where the first one could not. GENG certainly do go into this series as the expected victors, but RRQ will look to prove otherwise. As you can see here, they've had their number the last 3 matches, building up that momentum, but this is a very different battle.
Yeah, it is a very different ball game today. In terms of momentum, I think that statistic would give you a little bit of false hope, I'd say, for RRQ. They are going to turn it around in a dramatic fashion today to beat GENG, in my opinion.
This is one of those series where I see it going either, one of 2 ways, and it's either expected loss or rise to the occasion and overcompensate and find the win.
Yeah, well,
so
we'll see.
We'll see which one we do get. As Texture going to go on a walkabout to start things off. Quickly scaling down through a long. Meanwhile, it's going to be RQ with attention to B. Rascal nearby enough. Could send out the molly. Delay zone does allow for a couple players to actually get their way forward onto the site. So RQ, top of the plant, now looking to maybe commit to it. Just going for a full front sight on this one. As curveball not going to go deep enough, and Cushy will be able to find one. Ash sliding into the back. It's going to be good for an elimination, but Monyet just runs down Karan, and suddenly it's just Texture and Afina trying to bring this one back from the brink versus 4. So many angles. Spotted on 1 player, but on the swing, he will die. And this should be everything tied up with a nice little bow on top for RRQ to find the pistol.
Yeah, a little bit interesting on the retake timing there from GENG. I felt like they maybe went a little bit too soon on the C side of the retake, if you will. Still had the rotate kind of coming through from Texture and Afina. They weren't quite prepared to fight at the time that util did get tossed on in. And inevitably, sort of ended up being sort of 2 different skirmishes, which was much easier to deal with for RRQ.
Nice, boys. Nice.
Nice 2K from Xfero. RRQ off to a decent start. You're not going to see much of an investment here from GENG. They won't try and take a leaf out of Paper X's book from earlier on today.
They're going to try to take down Zan here, potentially. Oh. Doesn't opt to go for the shot. So Rascal is able to go ahead and collect that orb.
To have Texture again with that Headhunter ready and waiting on C long. So I suppose that will see if it can be the Quasi-Sheriff. He is spotted out. Doesn't opt to use any of those bullets to dislodge the drone.
Looking for the retag. Meanwhile, Sam trying to see if he can open things up here. Check of the corner. That will be Ash dead. Curveball into the face. Can he escape? Yes, he can. Tucks back enough, but okay, Rascal just managed to hound him down, so Marshall can be grabbed up. Meanwhile, Texture still trying to hold the line and taking the rendezvous out to safety over towards Garage. Swing the corner. Second shot, pretty good. As Texture looks for that 3rd kill, can't quite find it, but that is a ton of damage dealt already.
Yeah, that 4th bullet was very, very close to Xfero's head. He's lucky to be alive as well. That could have been Texture time, but not to be. 3 on 2 for the retake. Still doable for GENG.
Reveal onto 1. Xfero spotted. Reposition from backside, but Paranoia goes across, connecting onto both.
Space created.
Monyet swinging, able to find the first, knows that they are into the site. And that should just be the cleanup coming through. As Karan's got nothing more to work with other than the classic, but he still gets it down to 1.
That was a little too close for comfort. You can already start to see some of those cracks showing for RRQ. Granted, it was a nice little pop-off from Texture. The 2K makes it doable, but see little instances here. Okay, Zan going down. There's, the paranoia that comes through, and you think maybe there's a world here for GENG. They can put something together on this retake. It gets way too close for comfort, and if they have anything behind this, I think if you've got a Sheriff instead of a Classic on any one of those players, maybe that is actually the difference maker. So the fact that GENG get that close does have me worried for RRQ. We get the buy through for GENG to start off round 3. Bonus round for RRQ, but given that they were down to just one gun, they pretty much had to reinvest across the board. Monyet and Crazy Guy is somewhat taking the eco as a result.
And we'll still have a good amount of money behind this one, but yet again, Molly going forward, but you get 2 players inserted, so now can just pump the brakes, back their way off, say, okay, we got a bit of util out. Texture in the meanwhile, posted up on top of the B site, but it looks like they want to try to rescale this. A little jiggle peek, and oh boy, how in the hell unlucky for Rascal. Catches a stray to the face. Through that wall as they're just trying to kill Ash. And he's down to a sliver. And this is looking good for RRQ to convert the bonus.
That's pretty nice stuff from Zan. I heard a
Goodbye,
few
Texture.
positive things said about him. And he's delivering again today. He's been a welcome addition to RRQ. I mean, Monyet came back into this lineup and looked pretty good, but I think for me, Zan's probably been the most impressive, although I've only seen him obviously in the one game so far. What we've seen from him here in his second is not looking too shabby either. It's always nice to see someone new kind of coming into the fold and having a bit of success. I think that's why everyone wanted to get behind the Zeus storyline as well. You know, fun, flashy plays obviously from these Neon players, but also just new blood, new players to talk about, new things to get excited about. So it's going to be a good day at the office if Zan is performing well today for RRQ.
Brutal way to start things off here. Zafina. Oh. I don't know, is it Cushy is on the hunt. He wants to try to get towards that ultimate here. What? Well, okay. Cushy, he took a day off and he found the horseshoe. That's a joke that maybe you won't get, but
it's gone over my head.
Victor lives on. As, I mean, oh God.
Yes! Good jump shot!
Jump shot. 3-0. Ash has a rifle. So GENG still want to make something happen in this round.
Okay, well, GENG, former masters of the Thrifty. Let's see how they're going to be faring. Still have, that, of course, that Headhunter is, because she did not spot out Texture. And we will be able to dispatch him. Let's listen in.
뒤로 빠지는 발이었어. A 버리자. A 스모크 하나 걸어둘게 그럼. 바라지 안 보는 중. B 드로닝. B 스모크 줄게. 깔았어. 못 들어왔고. 설 못하고 일단. 내용 들어있어. 미니님. 내용 필.
Well, it's not looking great.
No, Zan's actually fearless on the entries at the moment. He's getting so much work done. Masterful display on the Neon thus far. Has the overdrive charged up as well, so we can expect some more fireworks to continue in the coming rounds.
I mean, even finding any damage from here, not going to be too valuable overall. Plenty of cash here from RRQ. Yep, quick little exit. Make sure that I'm not giving anything over for free. So Karan just to die to the spike. And a 4-0 start for RRQ. Curious if we'll see the early timeout call from Solo.
Yeah, look,
I'm not going to be happy with this.
4-0 wasn't exactly on my bingo card.
Not at all. And I mean, money's rough around the edges. I mean, Texture, he got those 2 kills in the previous Thrifty attempt. It was looking decent for him to maybe fast track an ultimate, but cash is rough to try to get an operator online early, and he does not have that tour de force.
Might be around too soon to see that timeout coming through from GENG. They give it a crack here without the interactions from the coach.
Well, he does manage to get the op, so it's going to be half armor. From there, should be able to get the tour de force, so we'll see, though, if they end up playing into him, because for the moment, they're not.
And again, fearless. Happy to go charging forward. This time alone. No backup from the rest of the team. A 1-4 split for RRQ, though Garage has been cleared out, and now Zan's starting to come back across in towards middle.
Oh, boy. So she's down to 10, but ult going to be popped. Swing in. He'll be able to find Sparrow. Gets the follow-up. Knows that there's... Oh, he wants the gun! He wants the gun!
Spike down.
Well, Apina's there to cover. Ash can thank his lucky stars. As Rascal not quite able to get the catch there on the Zan, but Spike had been dropped. Khan now out in the mid!
Just got to wait for that Neon to stop moving before you start shooting sometimes. But this round could not have gone worse for RRQ. The send back from Cushy right into a line that was already being covered by the judge. It's just bad to worse.
Texture.
Nice. All right. Don't worry about it.
I was like, we had Whip City yesterday. Let's not have it again.
Zan's gotten away with a little bit in this round. Can he punish?
He has a real chance here. I mean, if he gets the ult out of Rascal, that's even still just a huge boon.
What if he walks B here once that wall goes down? That would maybe bamboozle GENG a bit. Now giving away the game. I know where he is. He'll get the plant.
Rascal's not swinging window. He could have just had him dead on the plant.
Might have been scared that it was a fake.
Well, he's given them an opportunity. Ash is going to be taking point. Haunt does not reveal enough, and okay. They will be able to find the kill in the end, sparing their blushes and recovering the operator.
Pretty tough, though, for Zan. If he's going to be tucked in like that, there's nothing really he can do. It's a very one-and-done position. he wants to win a 1v3 there, he probably needs to try to activate a little bit earlier on. See if he can isolate a duel 1v3, and that's kind of what he does over towards A main, hoping there's someone there, but not to be, not lucky enough this time, so never really was in with a proper chance. This, though, was very unfortunate for RRQ. Ash getting a 2/3K, depending on which way you want to paint it.
I think we should paint it as a 3K. He's on my build diff, so.
I mean, I guess it counts as 3. Zan not looking like a bad shout for a build diff pick, but I don't recall whether or not anyone picked him.
I don't think anybody had, just because it had been rough starts, but I mean, right now he's looking like a completely different player. 9-2-0.
First round on the board there, though, for GENG.
Uh-oh. Well, blind is out, but Monyet will be able to find it, keeping Zan alive. Rascal dead. He pushed forward. He didn't pop his ult.
It just seems like maybe GENG are on a different wavelength to one another at the moment. So not coming together. The push there, a little bit isolated initially for Ash solo, and then Raxkel pushing his way out of the dark cover on his own. It's all getting a bit awkward here for GENG, getting a bit away from them. RRQ beating them with pace over towards that C site. Retake here will be a very tough one.
I think nigh impossible. And given that you do have a tour de force, so you're not that unwilling to risk the operator from here, but going for the save overall, still going to be the better play because the rest of the team just does not have money. Maybe get a drop from Texture. So yeah, we'll just have to back away. 5-1 RRQ. They are looking very refreshed at the moment.
I can barely believe what I'm seeing. I thought GENG would come in here and look really clean, and RRQ be a bit messy, and it would be a pretty straightforward result for GENG, but that has been very much not the case today. Zan has been phenomenal on the entries, and frankly speaking, GENG looking a little bit off their game at the moment.
Very much so.
Maybe see Texture get involved a little bit earlier in some of these rounds now with the op in hand, see if he can have an impact. And that timeout, like you said, yeah, surely had to come. So what the adaptation is going to end up looking like will remain to be seen, but certainly has to be something here from GENG that they can do on this map to start to recover a little bit. Chat here from the coaching staff of GENG. Money's okay. You are going to see a buy through.
See them go over to champions. I mean, they've been on the right path, but this is a rocky start. Granted, here's the map pick of RRQ, but it's not like it's a map that GENG hasn't played. I've seen plenty of performances from them. They've overall looked very steady on Haven. This would be a really bittersweet pill to swallow if you're GENG. Having a strong start after making, you know, very big changes overall. Shifting 2 players, going to one that hadn't seen the VCT stage in years.
Nothing too outrageous from GENG to start this round off once again. You're not going to have an aggressive hold on long. This time there's just a solo player over there. Texture's tucked in the corner on C, so he's also not looking to get too overzealous down long just yet. 2-1, waiting for any information from RRQ, and that's when I think GENG are going to start to try and figure out what their setup should ultimately look like. Bit of pressure towards C might be the name of the game, but then you're running into Texture, and that flash pushes him away for a second.
Splits the difference. Goes over to backside, but now he's going to be stunned up. Try to swap over to the Headhunter and hit the shot here, but the double thing from Zan will eventually be able to flush him out. Karan able to go and peel one back, but Kushi comes down 2. Looks for that third, but Karan maybe activating a bit. Finds himself a third, but now leaves Athena all alone. A 1v2 crazy guy, maybe not ready for this angle of approach. He's not.
Planted the spike.
Not getting the reveal, and Xpharaoh just looking to try to take the fight. Poke and prod. Athena able to find some early damage. Still does have a Prowler, but it's just waiting at the garage door for now. More damage going to be found. But until it's a kill, it's not clear, but just swings on that timing.
Yeah, Xpharaoh just trying to cook a little bit too much there. Needed to keep gun in hand. wanted the cam, wanted the info. Didn't know whether or not Athena was out of garage just yet or not. Good patience displayed by Athena. The Prowler gets the better of it, and GENG get a much-needed second round on the board, but that did not look clean at all. The missed shots from Texture is why that gets so problematic. You know, that scale into the site, typically you're expecting we're probably going to lose one here.
Nicely done.
But again, RRQ just able to push their way in, and yeah, some nice shooting from them. In the end, also a nice clutch from Athena.
Oh, Red Bull clutch to get the second round win. GENG will be needing and looking to build up some momentum here. Ash again with that judge. Seems like they are very suspicious, and yep, there you go. Read it like a book.
Zan's been all over it today. These entries. One and done position for Ash.
Oh, and Crazy Guy just can't get the cancel fast enough. Meanwhile, Zan, quick little pop-up. Rascal playing whack-a-mole.
Cover going. Joke's over.
It's pretty cheeky re-aggression. There's also some aggression happening here.
Spike planted.
Texture this time able to get that off shot to connect. Rascal on the hunt, trying to spot him out. Xpero has been found. Now they know where Monyet is, so they know where the two players are, but Charon can't win the fight.
Oh, what is this round? It's just a mess. Skirmishes all over the place. Rascal now coming in. Wins the duel.
It's the readjust, but Monyet tucked into backside.
One enemy
Now
remaining.
confirm the fadeaway shot. Texture trying to win it, will be able to do so against his former teammate. And the fuse in, GENG. Some back-to-back round wins to move up to 3.
Yeah, a bit of a sigh of relief being breathed by GENG in these last couple of rounds. They are getting way too close for comfort. But at the end of the day, putting rounds on the board is what's most important. Didn't really love that position from Ash. A little too easy to clear out. If he's got someone there to back him up, maybe, but it seemed like he was kind of left high and dry. I don't know if that was exactly the intention for GENG. Made life a little bit harder going forward. And then it just became a bit of a mess. You had lurks all over the place. You had players pushing. Texture comes up with a big round. Important kill from him over on the A side of the map initially, and then obviously clutching it out there as well. Brings it back to a 3-5. It's still a deficit for GENG. Bringing it back slowly.
Oh, well, Texture.
Zan
Nice and early.
I mean, how does Zan just keep getting away with this?
12-4-1, and GENG are making it a little bit easier for him.
He's having one of those games though as well. Everything seems to be connecting. So, change up from GENG as a result of losing that player. See Rax will take a risk by pushing his way down C long. Does not spot anything out there at all. From this point forward, it'll probably be more of a retake setup for GENG over towards C. Rotate their extra forces in the direction of A. They have a sneaking suspicion that that is where RRQ are going to look to finish this. I'll cover out. Try and slow RRQ down a little bit. GENG reading this round pretty nicely so far. And Ash is definitely in the position to do more with this judge.
Yep, ult denied, overdrive going to be popped. Karn quick reposition, just TPing over right inside, but he's been pinged out. They didn't clear this recon. He faces forward, he's trying to take the fight. He will be able to find the one, but cannot get that second. Judge still here, but now 30 seconds. Plays well through. Hunter's Fury across the slide in, and Ash able to collect 2. Athena will be taken down, but now they're scrambling. 20 seconds remaining as they try to get themselves over to the B site.
Yeah, Raxwell's gone for the long rotate back through defensive side rather than on the forward side. If he had gone down,
not sure what he was looking for
on the attacking spawn.
I guess he was looking for maybe the lurk from Xpero, thinking that he was going to be re-wrapping in through B, but instead this does give him the space to get the plant in, but he has to win this fight, and he will be able to do so. Xpero. Cursor glance behind at the worst possible time.
Oh, Crazy Guy's got a bit of space, and he can definitely win this round. Gets the tap on that spike. In case the wall goes up. A couple of walls maybe. Ash has already used his in the round, but there is that blaze wall. So now it's all down to the spam. The connections are not there.
Recon sent, cleared. Oh, Crazy Guy, just not quite able to find it in time. Will be able to get the kills, making sure they don't carry the weaponry over, but the defuse is there, and the round is GENG's.
Yep. Another one that comes down to a 1v1 though, technically.
Oh, they're getting none of these easily.
They are losing a lot of guns, GENG, and it's not helping their economy at all. Hey, it's just Zan, every single round is finding the opener. It feels as though GENG are kind of having to play 4v5. This was a very nice recovery though from Ash. The 2-piece there with the judge. So enough done, and you almost feel a bit bad there for Crazy Guy because he gets the kill onto Ash. He probably thinks that's the diffuser. Not the case.
It just ends up being a little bit unfortunate, but I mean, Zan at it again. I mean, GENG is trying to slow him down, but the util is just not there in time to actually stop the Neon. Zan is regularly able to get out in front. That's why Texture gets caught off guard. That sees does not find him. So now Prowler's going to be sent through. Oh, okay. Stun out. 1-for-1 exchange as the Neons get taken down on both sides.
4v4 though. Still needs some recovering here. GENG starting to lose that space over on A-Long. Hoping to backfill in towards short. Got Karen kind of watching that. 3 players still over towards the A side here. Heavy defense for GENG, but starting to fall off is Athena, and that's when RRQ are going to go for their walk-up.
Blazewall situated. A tiny little pocket to try to play around.
Good
Thrown
spot
over
for
the
Karen.
top. Rascal will clear that to try to play Karen in. Oh, wall falling. Steadies it. Monyet dead behind. So Will still falls. There's the ping reveal. Athena noted and tries to get that spray and pray. Just managed to have it connect. Xfero walks in over towards Hell. Looking for the plant. Allow him to get it. Cage now popped. Check on the one side. He's isolated it. Oh, but Texture bails him out. It's another round that GENG get where one guy is alive.
Yep. One shot missed by Texture in that retake, but luckily he connects the second. Otherwise, it would have been curtains for him. RRQ, this has to be so frustrating. You're getting these rounds so close and just not getting them over the line. It's 3 in a row. It'll come down to essentially another 1v1. I did like this hold though from GENG. Karen up the top, that blaze wall going up. It's a really tough angle to clear once that wall falls. So it throws off the aim. The rest of the reinforcements sliding through as well to help out.
I'm sure our co-streamers know the pain that RRQ is going through at the moment, getting one guide over and over again.
Timeout.
So a timeout call will come through. RRQ looking to try to put together something so they can make sure that they finish the job.
Yeah, what are you saying here? Guys, just win the clutch, come on. If you had won the clutch, we'd be up like 8-2. That'd be crazy for RRQ, but letting themselves down a little bit. See whether or not they ultimately do get punished for it, because GENG have come storming back into this half. They were down 4-0 at a point, and now a chance at maybe even walking away with a 7-5. That would be a really nice recovery. Quite a lot of tools in the back pocket as well for GENG in the upcoming round. You've got the Nightfall, you've got the run it back, Karen as well, TP available.
Flew from Scotland. Not a short flight.
No.
I've basically done that. And it's pretty brutal, so welcome. It was looking rough to start off, but they're starting to give us a bit of a decent show.
I think the thing is, though, if at any point Zan cools off in this game, RRQ are really going to start to struggle, because he has been giving them so many advantages, and unfortunately they haven't quite capitalized on it.
That quick little TP, looking to instill some doubt. GENG, their eyes going to be drawn elsewhere. Smart Molly slows up the approach from Garage. Khan now looking to peek that angle. Here's the entry coming through, since the paranoia. It's a cut over to the side, though. Does manage to avoid the lion's share of that damage from the Molly. Plays this one quietly. Still Xfero yet there on that lurk. Nightfall going to be sent down. That does slow them down. The play not coming in yet. Rascal immediately losing out on the ultimate. Now GENG losing out on 2 players. Now a third. Texture dead. That should be the round.
Yep.
That'll do it.
Completely bamboozled them, didn't they? Rax will get himself one, but I doubt there's any more to come from this. Finished off nice and easy. RRQ, at the very least, are going to secure a 6th. That Nightfall went through. GENG wanted to try to push the issue and get into that site while the plant was still going down. Put a bit of time pressure, a bit of pace into that round. But RRQ very well prepared for it, hitting their shots. It's always tough as the Neon when you go sliding on in and you just get sort of instantly one beat. Kind of know things are going to fall apart from there. That's what GENG haven't really been doing to Zan, but it has been done to Ash so far in this half. So, I mean, as a result of all of those close rounds, you can see GENG just have no money in this final round.
Yeah. Very well done. Also just tap, pull away from the Nightfall. GENG's like, well, we got to go.
That's a chance gone begging for Texture, isn't it? He's got the rifle, needs to be converting that kill.
It's drawing some attention over here. Swing in, and oh my goodness, what an exit. 9 health remaining on Texture.
Well, he's still a gun in the game. 4 now, but Solo holding A on 9 HP is not going to be very fun, especially if all of RRQ are headed in that direction, which is what's occurring. The creep up on long. Do you have a smoke on short?
I do not like this angle. I mean, A, drone's going to find him. B, they're going to hear the trademark.
Yeah.
So they're going to be looking that direction regardless when they swing in to try to clear that trip. Zan looking to just scale forward, has the back of the rest of the squad, and RRQ should be easy pickings here to go ahead and make this a 7-5 half.
Yeah, RRQ do come good in the end. That's gone down. We'll see if Rascal and Karen can make anything happen, but yeah, always going to be a little bit tough.
Goodbye.
I know exactly.
May as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to. It's just funny that all of these tools are coming out in the last round of the half when it's already over. Flawless way to finish things up. RRQ do secure the lead.
Yeah, 7-5. It was looking a bit grim for a moment that maybe GENG would make that comeback and recovery and then even start to run away with things here, but it seems as though GENG are still kind of doing it a little bit tough. It would have been very disappointing for RRQ if they would have gone into the second half with a deficit or even with a 6-6 scoreline after starting off 4-0. But 7-5 feels pretty representative of this half. You could look at that and say we could have done a little better as RRQ as well. They'd maybe found 1 or 2 of those clutches. This would have actually been a pretty monster half from them. GENG have quite some recovering to do. They've looked a little bit lethargic, a few too many shots missed, and certainly a lot to really be concerned about in regards to Zan, right? Like, he gets away with so much in that first half that now that he's moving over onto the defense, you can feel as though he'll just continue to be unleashed. If you can have that kind of success on attack as a Neon, you know, defense, again, you can be all over the map, you can really be bullying. So I think RRQ actually kind of poised to find themselves a win in this map today, which would really throw a spanner in the works for the expectations.
Oh, in a massive way. GENG now moving over to the attacker's side. This is, you know, for the double duelists where they should be able to have a little bit more impact, but it just feels like overall team a little bit off kilter. We were not seeing the regular value and steadiness that we expect from, you know, Texture with an operator, from Karan holding down a site. Certainly rough around the edges, so we'll see if they can start to find their form a little bit more, because right now Zan is kind of just running away with this map.
Yep. But the half can make a big difference. Side change brings with it new priorities for both of these two teams. GENG immediately pushed away from that initial A-long hit, but still going to stick around and have a little bit of a look. Zan is there waiting to greet them. He's not the guy that you really want to be challenging at the moment. He's looked very sharp in this game so far. That said, when you're solo holding on a site, you don't really want to be taking a forward fight here. So Zan happy to just let GENG have long control.
Well, he could get himself into an isolated one.
Yep.
Get around this corner. Those would be good for it.
No damage
Shot
done.
into the spray down. No damage suffered, as you say. So GENG, they can go for the plant, but they really want to try to get this Neon out of the mix first and foremost. How many more can he take with him is the question, as it's nearly 3. Karan surviving with just 5 health.
He's just getting away with too much, you know. There's really nothing in that. He's just shooting them. That's all it really is. And he's taken 2.75, 2.8%. 2.8, yeah, whatever. You get my point. He's taken nearly 3, which is hugely problematic for GENG. They don't even feel comfortable about the position they've got on A now because the rotate's coming across from RRQ.
And again, it just feels like things are off. Blatant recon, uncleared.
10 seconds left.
Consideration on the molly, does not get sent. A little bit of damage found off that shock dart, but Cushy cleans up Karan, tuck in. Both players basically shoulder to shoulder. And it's Cushy. Does end up falling, but not before cleaning up Rascal, swinging the corner, and Texture cannot get it done. 2 players surviving, another pistol into the hands of RRQ. Now move up 8-5.
That could be very close to starting to seal the deal here for RRQ. GENG are looking pretty lackluster at the moment on Haven. Another pistol, 8-5 lead, assuming you get through the anti-eco. RRQ have a lot of rounds to play with, and Zan is still delivering in the second half. So GENG have a lot of headaches to deal with at the moment. And surprising that this is the RRQ that debatably has looked the best of the stage so far.
It doesn't make any sense.
Just for fun.
But I'll allow it. One share of force for GENG. Headhunter, of course, available to texture, and he uses it well.
Well, Zan going to have no success this time, so we'll see what a round looks like for RRQ when Zan is not essentially giving them the win.
Well, we did see that statistic at the beginning of the half, and I didn't fully get to read it, but it said something like every map that GENG gets a thrifty, they manage to win it. They have a 100% success rate on that, but with texture falling, that makes it a little bit rougher.
Yeah, they're going to walk into B here by the looks of things, where there's already a couple of defenders ready to cause a bit of a ruckus. Smoke through, but Hot Hands should deny the plant. Cushy under pressure here.
Will be able to find the one. Plenty of damage going to be dealt as well, but 4 bullets remaining. Xpero cleans up Khan, but will get run down. Spectre now into the hands of Rascal to try to see what he can get done. Sends up the wall. Sure, he dips in, gets that healing through. Surely the team is saying do not use the ult. Tucks back, avoids the recon. The swing in, the lineup! Oh, and Rascal gets the Red Bull clutch! And that is a thrifty converted, Jordan.
That is the thrifty you were talking about. How costly is that going to be for RRQ? I mean, a spray down with a Spectre, no less. You would not expect it. But it did start to get a bit worrisome right from the outset. When Zan lost his life, you had to ask the question, what does a round look like for RRQ without him? And apparently this is the answer. Oh, 16 HP clutch, that is big. GENG are right back in it.
Oh, Rascal enjoying his moment in the spotlight there on stage.
RRQ do not have a lot of money in the bank here, so it's just going to be a sheriff out for Cushy as far as firepower is concerned. Is one away from the run it back if he can find an opening peak here and, you know, maybe pop that run it back, get another fight in.
This is a hell of a gamble, though.
It may work.
It's looking incredible for RRQ on this read. Spike is being brought down towards sewer. Drone going to be sent out. Flash into the clear.
Going for it.
Sees to the right side. They are still walking into a potential death trap. This crazy guy facing forward so far. Just the Sova being seen. Ulti going to be popped. Run forward. Oh, swap over. Zan trying to close that space, but will end up getting dropped. And Sparrow, well, will be able to find the one, but Ash cleans up 3, and GENG make sure that they don't drop their own anti-eco. Now we're one away from tying it up.
Yeah, nice response in the end there from GENG, finding those opening kills. Raxcal having the run it back helps out a lot. You do just have that guy that can run in without too much recourse. He doesn't really care if he dies here. It's all about getting info, taking some space, hoping to find an entry, and he did exactly that. And then the rest of the filter through becomes a little easier for GENG when that space is created.
Well, this is going to be a pivotal round for RRQ. Odin online, the operator in the hands of Zan, as they try to stop GENG from tying things up. We'll have to listen and see if they're going to be able to get this one over the line, move up 9-7.
Oh, double DP again, just double DP.
I'm gonna flood with my ulti. Okay. Omen double TP, I think it's gone, okay?
He walked away, they took wailing. They walk B. Akan para kong, later kong.
There is one on the ceiling. Yeah, Stan, I'm gonna walk like this, and then we clear gong, okay, with my ulti.
Can you para siya?
Para
for me. Come on here, guys. Can we go faster, B?
Yeah.
Neon gong.
I'll try step back for you, wait.
Pushing. Dead, gone dead. Maybe one more. Left side clear.
I'm okay. Tap first, boys.
Tap.
Oh, what a moment. What a timing found for Xpero! Still able to find the 2, he rescues it. Texture now, out into the open, dispatch, and that in the end sounds chaotic, but is damn clean from RRQ.
Yeah, I was a little bit scared for a moment there for Xpero, but gets the job done. It was a nice readjustment in the heat of the moment. You missed those initial couple of shots. You know, I actually just have to duck back to safety here and isolate the 1v1. So he handled it well in the end. It's always tough with these B-site plans. You can see the retake comes from so many different angles you need to be aware of. And just one that they sort of overlooked will be the linchpin. Yeah, Xfero, he knew that would have been a bit of a disaster had he not converted it, but...
That would have been the second worst Cypher clip that we had this weekend.
Well, luckily for him, not the case. 9-7 here, though. RRQ back in control for now. Investments through there from GENG. Money's not looking too crash hot for them, though, so this is actually starting to come down to the wire for GENG. They are running out of chances to pull this back.
Deploying.
And Ash already down to 17 makes this brutal.
Enemy mark.
Limiting GENG's options for hard entry. Texture's having to the one scouting out around long A. Let's get the arrival up into heaven. Ash tasked with trying to watch this flank. This is very slow, but again, it's RRQ with the right read.
Right where you want to be. All 5 players ready to help defend this side. It'll be a fast flank in from Kushi.
And there's been no movement. You've got a cam situated on C. You know everything. You have all of the information that you need. And now there's going to be a double ping reveal off that recon. Texture able to find one. Fina going to be taken down, but Xfero now holding things to backside. Neural Theft immediately going to be invested. Swinging around the corner. Kara dead. Monjet finds 3.
I mean, it's impossible. You cannot fight your way into a site that has 4 players stacked onto it and the flank coming through quickly as well. GENG in a shambles at this point. Money is essentially broken. Texture gets the opening pick, and you thought for a moment maybe GENG would be able to calibrate that through, but as soon as the kill comes through from Xfero and he gets the hat down, you know info's given, and there are no more secrets for GENG. They're not going to be winning any of those swings because RRQ knows what's coming for them.
Timeout.
And we finally get to see RRQ looking pretty happy in the player cam. Something's going right for them this season, and it's not a moment too soon. So timeout through from GENG again. Wondering how has this gone so poorly for us today? This was supposed to be an easy win, and now it is looking seriously concerning instead.
GENG fans praying for the win. It's fallen on deaf ears at the moment. 3-round deficit. I mean, there's one thing we do know about RRQ is that they have a love-hate relationships with overtimes.
True.
So could be in the cards here, but GENG, they can't find their footing on this attacker side, then yeah, maybe the whole rest of this, maybe RRQ just run away with it.
Well, I just feel like I've been waiting for GENG to find their footing on Haven in general. You know, I thought, okay, I'm waiting for them to find their footing in the first half. It almost got there, and then they gave up those last 2 rounds to RRQ, and you could say RRQ came away from the first half feeling pretty happy, and same kind of thing here. You know, GENG start off, they sort of win that thrifty, and you think, okay, brilliant, now they're on. But once again, RRQ find a way to pull it back. So it's been RRQ that have been pretty much in control of this entire map.
Oh, well, Karon, he's going to be hearing that rotate out from Crazy Guy. Meanwhile, Texture, that check in towards B main, Monjet posted up on top of the site, does get cleared. And now A is completely open.
Surely not another one. Crazy Guy not interested in A at all. But he has been sitting here watching the B entrance for a very long time. He's got to be noting that there is a possibility they've just walked their way into B now.
Yeah, it's still just making sure that that angle is going to be clear, but as this trip gets triggered here, that should be all they need to know. Spike to be planted. Texture considering his options and where to go. A ton of damage. Wow. Push out onto 3 of these players. Spot onto 1. Spot onto a second.
Could be another thrifty brewing for GENG. I don't like RRQ's chances of retaking this.
Blazewall cuts off Texture sight lines. Paranoia sent, trying to stop the flood. Meanwhile, though, it's going to be Kara dead. I think Crazy Guy just wall banging him from heaven. Yep. Was able to do that off the recon. Texture now going to be found by Zan, and there it is. Rescued. RQ Giving up a lot of space, but not giving up the fight. They managed to deny GENG.
It's crazy, actually. That was way easier than it maybe looked like it was going to be for RRQ. GENG might be a bit disappointed in that round. We'll have a look back, I'm sure, on the replay, but there was a curveball and a relay bolt that just got tossed in by RRQ that didn't really do much, and I thought, oh, okay, here we're in trouble. But this spam, and then
I love this
quick
gun.
kill on long.
Okay.
Xfero, that is a very important kill to be grabbing.
Yeah.
Crazy guy getting a lot of work done from heaven. You don't really end up actually needing to see anything from either, Zan, or really the rest of that retake. It's kind of already done. Job there from RRQ, quite a solid one, 11-7. GENG did get that plan down. They do get the buyback through, but this is probably their last chance on the map. RRQ, however, has to be said, are looking like the better team here today.
No, and being empty-handed with that. A bit of a misread here from Crazy Guy, but still, if nothing else, maybe it's just a show of force, trying to scare them over towards the heavier stack side of the map, and if that was the case, it is kind of working. But it seems like this is just going to be GENG playing Pac-Man, get the orb back into the hands of Rascal, trying to get that next run it back online. It's going to be instrumental in trying to recover this map. Going out. Ball's down over towards Garage. Zan alone on the C site, and all of RRQ leaning back into A. And here comes GENG. Seems like RRQ they continue to manage to get their pieces in place. And GENG just continue to walk right into it.
30 seconds left.
This is looking more like, kickoff GENG.
Slow walk up. Ulti goes through. RRQ not too concerned about that. A couple of players do get hit, but they've still got numbers.
The blind ends up being good, but the time is dwindling, and Monyet is here! Picks him apart!
Spike down A.
Finds the finisher to boot.
Yeah, it was such a bait and switch. Two players get hit by that Nightfall, but you still have Xfero sitting in the corner, and nobody's clearing him because they see the two on the side, and they think, hey, they're the ones that we have to focus on. Xfero making no mistake on Yet as well. You mentioned, picked up a 2K of his own. This was really sharp, though, from Xfero. Clean. Causing enough of a ruckus that the rest of the flood comes through. It's almost a bait for GENG.
Nice.
So RRQ 1 round away from closing this map out. And GENG, this is a fumble of epic proportions.
I don't even know what Monyet was miming, but it doesn't really matter. Right now, he and RRQ can do no wrong, it would seem.
Yeah, it's wild, isn't it? I think we're all really high on GENG, and now we're crashing back to earth.
Run it back from the shadow is all that they have to try to work with here. Zan one away from having the overdrive behind the operator. Considering this peek right into him, and there's the timing shot. Rascal dead. A little bit of a delay there on the UI, but we'll catch up. That's that Phoenix ult now out of the equation. Good damage onto Xfero, but oh my god. Just jumps up back plat, gets the op out, gets the kill, and now you're walking to a crossfire. Monyet striking first. Crazy Guy looking to go ahead and pick up the scraps. That will be Ash. Good for one more and nothing else. 13-7, RRQ.
Yeah, that map can very much be summarized as Zan's world. We were just living in it. He got away with everything, not only in that first half, but even into the second half as well. He had quite a degree of impact. It's easy to say that Zan was, at the top of the board there. He did a very good job, but Xfero actually was the one that picked up the most kills, 22 for RRQ, so he didn't have a shabby time either. It was quite the effort by committee. Nobody ever really went missing for RRQ, and particularly when they got into that second half.
The seasons come and go like thoughts of you. Like a wave returns to the sea into the blue. They change, but in a cycle that I can't lose. Each painful but delightful to live through. Looking into my life. the seasons turn and change just like your mind. Like the sun gives into the moon, into the night. Time continues marching, it slowly crawls. With each new one starting, I recall